Hello
I
and welcome
mean,
to our
to be fair.
82nd episode of our Adventures in Excordia campaign. I'm your DM for the oncoming storm, Connor, and playing with tonight is the haggard Pyro playing Karen,
I am the storm that is approaching.
the earnest
Provoke.
Norvin playing Indario,
That a fucking lawn chair?
the the laconic Silver played by Tristan,
Doing good. Hello.
the eclectic Liv playing Katira,
Hidely hodily.
the nubile Shane playing Morgana,
The what?
Why would you fucking say that?
The
And-
what?
and the evil Fergus playing Zonkiri.
Precious. My precious.
Bonus cookies to whoever can figure out why I said what I said.
No.
Okay.
Honestly, at first I thought you called him the upgraded version of a pedophile,
Go.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
but
Ain't no
That's
party
not
like a ditty party.
that's not the right word. That's evophile.
So we should get
Yo,
bonus
man,
AC for all
I
why?
hate it.
I should
Here.
get bonus AC for all the baby.
Why, man?
Advantage of grapple checks.
The first letter of each of your adjectives spelled Helene, for those who didn't get it.
I didn't start paying attention until I was already too late.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
It's topical. Anyway, last we left off, you all got Indariel back. And you've got a stowaway in the form of Terra Farmer, and you've
Don't
crash
you-
landed in the grove.
Don't you mean tropical?
Ooh.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Bod.
Who put that mountain there?
We pick up
Not me.
as you all are doffing the Asmodean, disembarking it. That's the word I was looking for.
Yep.
Greeted by Melphite with a makeshift splint hobbling forward, loudly screaming, "What the fuck? That was a mountain! That was a sacred mountain!"
Look,
Keyword.
it jumped out in front of us.
Keyword. Was.
And it will never bother anyone again.
We might have had to come in a little hot to get away
I
from
was-
some potential pursuers.
Well, now it's a
born on
sacred.
that mountain.
Well, now it's a sacred caldera.
You look at the
Sorry.
smoldering pile behind you. His jaws just kind of slack. And my
Believe it or not-
lawn! As you see, like the like meteor tread, like disturbed earth from you all crashing in.
Don't worry, I'll give you something new to grow here. It'll help ease that pain you got there.
What do you hand him?
He's gonna hand him the magic.
I hand
piece.
him a unmarked bag.
This isn't
With
the bag with the
Henry
wild
is
magic
sure.
roach in it, is it?
No, that's mine. No one can ever have that.
You're just giving that shit out for free? You are the man the after school specials warned us about.
Damn shame. Look, my cousin Smokey the Bear's got his job, and I can't find an even better name.
Listen. You got
You really not helping Wizards of the Coast with those allegations, are you, Pyro?
Watson can kiss my bare ass, and my bare ass.
So,
Well, good news. We rescued your sister's girlfriend.
he claps.
Hey again.
Downside, I think we'll be here a little bit as we are now partially occupying your grove via a interesting landing.
Yeah, you're gonna have to dig that out.
Who, me? No, that's our.
Also, who's that? And he points directly towards Terra.
New
Well,
friend.
debatable.
She's my
It's a big
friend.
ass bug.
Yes. Terra, meet Death Beetle. Death Beetle, meet Dirt.
Hey, Dirt.
Death beetle.
Muzzle tov. Anyway,
Where the
I'm
fuck
gonna-
are we?
the
Feywild.
Feywild.
Can I go back to the astral sea, please?
No. Well, if you take about 200 steps that way, you might be in one of the other elemental planes.
Great.
I'm not
finally leave the
kidding.
Astral sea. Now I'm in the worst place in the fucking world. The
No,
fucking
you won't
Feywild.
fall into the elemental planes while inside the grove. They'll just fall out of the grove onto the material, and then the jungle that surrounds here happens to have random pitfalls into the elemental chaos.
Oh,
How
my
is that
dear.
better?
I assure you, there have been far worse places created since you were in the Astral Sea.
Zankiri's basement.
Which one?
I don't want
Baby
to.
oil.
The clean one.
No, not the baby.
Don't worry, it's made from actual babies.
100%
Locally sourced.
homegrown.
Homegrown, locally sourced baby.
You guys wonder why he was
Cruelty-
carrying that egg? He started to farm to table
Cruelty-intensive.
service.
Well, you two should probably have a talk, and then, Ondario, I'm going to want to speak to you afterward.
I need to talk to you, Morgana. Was that who you're saying you two need to talk?
He was saying that to Morgana and Ondario.
Melfight is going to say that he needs to talk to Morgana as well.
Well, then I'll talk to Ondario while you two talk. Oh, Andy, come here. I have something to tell you.
You go first.
Oh.
Oh, wonderful. Just kind of side-eyeing Terra as she walks by.
Here's my billing statement.
She's fucking huge.
And what does Terra say back, Norvin?
You're fucking tiny.
Yeah, that tracks.
If you want, I can lead her out to wherever the fuck is the town called. I know where it is. I just don't remember.
Solus?
Where to go. Yeah, Solus. And she can find her way from there. There's plenty of ways out of town. She can chart a boat. Unless you want something to do with her.
She just
So-
shrugs.
So
Squints at Zankiri.
unless you take Morgana's bike, it's gonna be a long expedition to get back to Solus.
I mean,
I could.
I was just going to drop them off on another plane after we left here. They can stay on the ship.
I'm good with staying on the ship.
All right. I'm gonna go dick around and sell weed to the locals. And Karen,
To the
and
ship I go.
Karen gets up, lights a booth, and walks off into the middle distance.
Immediately, like a swarm of pixies surround him like mosquitoes.
Where's that snake? Nice.
That's like a mugged.
Alternate timeline. Alternate timeline. Says on Carrie, you are.
So I can do it again.
Mario.
Yes.
Oh my!
Mark of the beast. Mark of the beast.
Says on Carrie, your hair stands on end for a second. Oh well, fitting that your ship crashed. For
He does the Bagihama thing where his back just starts a bit.
So,
What do you want with me? I have a headache. And right now, I just want to get some sleep. Despite the fact I feel like I'd been asleep for a while.
right. So,
How's Giasa?
we'll get to that.
Oh my god.
And button.
So, Would you mind filling me in on exactly what it is you did in that room without us?
Information dump.
So, would you like the good news or the bad news?
Bad news.
Bad news is, your staff has been destroyed and you kind of made it impossible for anyone to resurrect Giasa's father. He's permadead now.
I'm pretty sure he was perma-dead the first time around.
And what
No.
we found out, not really.
Yeah.
We all hearing the Zonkiri Dario conversation?
If you want to be there, yeah.
All right.
Katir, with her massive perception, appearing in the scene.
Wonderful. I made yet another mistake.
Oh, it gets worse. I still have the good news.
Alright.
Your heroic self-sacrifice, despite us being, just in the next room able to help you. You know how you killed Craven with that?
Yeah, it was the one good thing that came out of it.
Oh, you're right. It is the good news thing. You didn't kill him.
You bitch.
But
Yeah. That explosion didn't kill him.
how?
Mm.
You just see Zonkiri's smile just get wider and wider.
So, you remember how I created a clone of myself from snow?
Yes, also known that was a simulacrum.
You're right, that was a simulacrum.
She just kind of closes her eyes, brings her hands up to her face. That was fucking pointless then. Yeah, kind of. Look on the bright side.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
You get to
You're
kill him a
really
second
enjoying
time.
this, aren't you?
You're right, that is the bright side. Although, there is one piece of, I suppose, actual bad news. Oh, by the way, Giasa's fine.
I still have my powers, so I kind of figured as much. But where is she?
Zonkiri pulls out the little, was it a bead or a
It was a lamp.
lamp? Zonkiri pulls out the little lamp.
She's either in here or she is here. Not entirely certain the difference, really.
Hand out, palm up.
Zonkiri, delicately and daintily places it in her hand.
There's a spark as soon as it touches Indariel. And this plume of blue smoke shoots out the nozzle of the lamp. And Giasa unfurls from it. The lamp is entirely gone when the smoke clears. Sorry, Penny's decided it's time to play and trying to find something to eat. And so I'm trying to...
Father, I crave violence.
But yes, so the actual, I suppose you could say, bad news is that the destruction of the last powerful relic of Giasa's father that destroyed his essence, kind of what Craven was after. So without it, he's kind of screwed, even though he survived. Either we're going to kill him, or, well, whoever it was he was trying to get that for is going to try to kill him. Or worse.
Giasa grabs you and Daryl, and you are lifted into the air as she wraps around you. Oh my God, you're safe. Oh. And you all see the like two severed pack tethers suddenly like a plug and a socket refuse.
Oh.
You'll hug her back, but she's clearly depressed. I'm glad you're okay.
I'm so glad you're okay. I was so worried. She sets you down finally. Hang on. Let me just. You look a little rough. And she's gonna cast a Greater Restoration on you. Can you roll me a d20, Norvin?
Sure.
Okay.
Shane, you bitch!
So, the feature she's using to cast this is that thread of a wish where she's starting to learn to be able to cast other magics. She's still getting the hang of it. And I was rolling to see if I was having you roll to see if anything funky happens when she casts Greater Restoration on you.
You need like its own warp entity now when you roll 2, like a little gnome. Pops in, tells you it was like.
So, and Daryl, where you were standing, there is now a raven. And Daryl, you are looking, and everybody just got really tall, and so did the ship, and you look around, and you have black feathers.
Do I have my intelligence?
Yes.
Okay.
Your mental stats are all the same.
She would also have mimicry.
You can also speak.
If you guys have ever seen a crow sigh, you see a crow sigh.
I don't want a caged crow sighs.
Badly drawn crow.
She's just gonna turn towards Morgana. Can she tell that Traco's in charge right now?
I'll let Shane answer.
I can't. It's pretty obvious. All her lights are red. Her eyes are like narrowed in to these black precise light points.
But,
looking up at Traco. Give me back Morgana. Says the fucking crow.
She also looking at you in crow form. Oh God, I fucked it up. Oh no.
I'm trying to think if they know that her name is Traco.
I know Zonkiri's been told.
Just doesn't know. She doesn't know her name, but knows that's not Morgana.
Because I remember Morgana explained Traco to him after the incident at the lab. Because she and him had a talk.
We can assume you all know the name. Unless Shane wants to specifically say you don't know it.
If Morgana told it to Zonkiri, I don't think she had brought it up to anyone else. Because he's kind of a evil grandpa to confide shit into.
Norman, I want to tell you one more thing about your crow form. You look like a familiar raven. You look like you're familiar.
I look like Sif.
Mm-hmm.
Bird up.
Just imagine fucking crow just walk over, beak open, no like actual enunciation of the words, just beaks wide open. Give me back Morgana. Like a fucking music box.
Long time no see.
Kind of how mimicry works.
How's everything been?
Functional. Is this
I don't
before
like
or after the talk with Malphite, or were we all just waiting?
Zillion. This can be before you go and talk to Malphite.
I take it He's like, all right, I need to talk to Morgana. He looks over, sees Draco just glaring at him like, maybe not.
Let me know when she gets here.
By the way, Norman, did you want to summon Sif?
Not particularly. She's not in the mood. She wants to go to bed. And she wants her
Valid.
cuddle buddy.
Are you an actual, like, straight up bird right now?
Yes.
Yes, a raven.
Bird up.
Crow. There is a crow standing on the floor directly in front of Traco, looking up at her, and that just said, "Give me back Morgana."
Fucking Faye.
It'd be like that sometime.
Karen, you have 13 Electrum.
This means nothing to me.
You only realize it's
Robin.
Electrum once they have taken your product. You see they sprayed gold over it, and then they're gone.
So everyone turns down, and half the glade is on fire.
No! The undamaged half!
So,
No.
Trico, you,
Septile, are you,
Hey,
you
I'm
ran
out,
here
boy.
to stay, or can Morgana hear us?
We can hear you.
I'm gonna look
Draco
over at
will
Silver.
kneel down to Andariel, scoop one hand under her little bird feet to lift her up. Then we'll just start looking over her. She's not really good at this in the first, but well, Draco is, I guess.
Grovey.
Nice, too soon.
And so what are you trying to do with your medicine check?
Even though she's in bird form, Draco was planning on looking over Andariel to see if anything lingering from the tadpole implementation, like any wounds or any marks.
Besides suddenly turning into a raven, nothing seems out of the ordinary. Not only on the physical level, but with a natural 20, you gather that even on a mental level, she's just exhausted and needs a rest.
Analysis complete. No lingering effects seen from tadpole. We'll turn to Cairn. Further diagnostic in proper form will be required.
Karen's nowhere near you. I'm typing.
What the fuck is going on?
She also scrambles up the stairs. I think I can fix it. I think I got it this time. Hold still. Norman, you want to roll me another d20?
Head tilt side towards Giasa. 16.
From, she throws a spell at you. Your wings become arms, your legs become human, and like you burst out of the bird body. Covered in like a feathery gown.
Behold, a woman.
Yes! Fixed it.
Kind of looks towards Zankuri. I am having a shit day.
I know, and I'm enjoying it so much.
Why do I imagine he says that like with a drink in his hand, just slurp?
Probably because I had a drink in my hand and was slurping when I said that.
Where'd he get the flute shake in real life?
Going on?
All right. Let a professional take a look at this.
And Zankuri will walk over, try to figure out what the hell's going on with.
Points at Draco again. Revert back. I don't like it when you're this angry.
There is no anger.
Hey, somebody tell me what the fuck is going on, because this is getting super creepy super fast.
You, remember back in the laboratory in Solus?
Yes.
You remember how Morgana went kind of crazy and started attacking everyone?
Yeah, like this. What the fuck is it?
That's Morgana, except not Morgana. Draco.
You stated a contradict. Traco. What?
Yeah, it's a machine side. That's who
Oh.
she would have been without Malira? Melora?
Malira,
Malira.
Oh.
not the Wild Mother.
That I understand.
So, what brings you around, Draco? Because I think someone's not too happy you're here.
We have taken control, as the
Relinquish
other
it.
one is not functioning out
What do
of
you
their
mean?
own control.
Looks towards Malphite.
He's just kind of he's walked up on the ship at this point. It's like, well, if she's not functioning, I have some news that is really not isn't suited for the likes of that. And he just gestures to Draco.
Why isn't she functioning, Traco?
They have relinquished control. They did not want it.
Well,
Did
you
she say
relinquish
why?
control and force it upon her.
We will not allow that inefficiency.
Did she say why?
No. But we know why.
Please tell us.
Guilt.
Guilt over what?
Draco will reach up and put her hand like on the side of Andario's head, like up against her cheek. This one.
He'll move away a little bit.
But Andariel is here. I'm sure Morgana would want to see her.
As long as the heart does not take control, there will be no Morgana.
What is the heart?
Draco will look towards Andariel as she steps away and tilt her head to the side.
Then I guess I'm... She'll just turn towards Giasa. Come on, Giasa. Let's go. I need to take a nap.
Yeah, absolutely. And she'll like have you go in front of her, and then she'll like block the way down behind you.
Who is the heart, Traco?
Draco will turn towards Skatira, touch the center of her chest plate as it opens up, and you'll see the two hearts inside, the Fey heart and the vital clutch. Oh my god, someone turned the music back on.
Ha!
Attacked my ears.
Oops, sorry.
Whoa, whoa.
Damn pixie motherfucker.
that brief moment of battle music was a slight cutaway to Karen.
The heart indicated as Cardiaki by Morgana. It is the personality residing within this entity that gives the emotion inefficiency.
I think, better than anyone else here, I can understand you. It can be inefficiency, yes. In a great many ways. But what I have learned is that more than an inefficiency, it is purpose.
The purpose was the objective to save Andario Morgan. The other one did not succeed. We succeeded. Yet there is only dissidence.
Why?
It is not logical.
What is the dissidence?
Draco will just turn, looking back at Andario, who's walking away with Giasa. They are unhappy.
I imagine it would be very difficult to see someone you love like this. My friends knew me this way to begin with, and they met my heart later.
Pyro, what the fuck is that supposed to mean, man?
I don't want to know. This is weird. Shut the fuck up, Pyro. Don't even look at the chat. I imagine that had they met Adarin first, had they known my heart before my will, before Katira, I imagine it would have been very difficult for them to meet her.
But we are the same unit you have been working with.
Most. But Hardiaki is not here. We have worked with you both. The heart and the will.
Hardiaki has failed. And we are here.
I know. I see you. But you have always been here.
Affirmative.
You've never left her. Even when she has been with us. Even when Cardiaki has been awake. And we have spoken with Morgana. We have spoken with you as well.
That is correct.
So why do you feel as though you need to be the only one?
We will remain the only one as long as Cardiaki keeps it that way.
Can we speak to her?
No.
Is that her choice or yours?
You can tell by the way she answered no, that she was informing rather than declaring.
Can you speak to her?
We can rouse it. But response is not certain.
It never is from the heart. Why has she hidden herself?
Failure. Response to failure. They have deemed themselves inefficient.
But you are not whole. And if you were asleep and Cardiaki were awake, she would not be whole either. Morgana cannot be whole without the both of you in concert.
Morgana is not necessary.
But are you satisfied being alone?
We have successfully retracted Andariel Morgan from the Astral Sea. Objective has been completed. There's been no show of failure.
But what will you do now?
Yes, what is your current objective?
When no given objective, it is to defend, all under protection categorization. Andariel Morgan, Zonkiri, Cairn, Silver, Katira, Melphite, and Mother.
Oh. Well, that's a pretty easy thing to fix then. Draco, you know who I am, yes?
Zonkiri.
You know what I am, yes?
Oh no.
We are aware.
And your objective is to protect both myself and the mother, among others.
That is affirmative.
Well, then allow me this little conundrum. What are you going to do when I go down that hill and try to kill Mother?
What? Huh?
Melphite's eyebrows, but his eyes widen.
Due to previous encounters, we will analyze which one is the aggressor between the two and dispatch them.
And after everything you've seen, you think you could dispatch me?
Fuck.
Tell me, which would be easier? To stop me? Or to let Morgana... Or to wake Morgana up and for her to ask me to stop?
Morgana would have a higher chance of stopping you.
Then is it not most efficient for her to speak with me? And Zonkiri starts heading down the hill.
Melphite is looking at the rest of you all like,
Katira's looking between Draco and Zonkiri like the fast, rapid head turns, going, wait.
Quick question for Shane when it comes to Traco. Does he believe Zonkiri would kill Mother to get Morgana?
Yeah.
So what's he choose to do?
Draco will see him start heading down the hill. And the chain blades will shoot out of her arms. The wings will come out. And she'll shoot up and fly in between, and land in between Zonkiri and where Mother is down the hill. And we'll stand up straight.
There's something you notice when you look at where the little, let's call it the fountain, like the little stone circle that Mother was at before. There's no longer a statue there. Previously it was the statue of her. Now there is a giant plant bud.
Draco will look at it as she lands and just quickly analyze it, assuming with everything that is already known that that is Mother. And we'll turn towards Zonkiri. Chain blades out. They're not spinning. Unfortunately, we cannot draw Morgana. Protection categorization symbolizes that Mother must be protected at all costs, including survivability. And then they'll start spinning and she'll raise them up.
Oh, but I'm not going to kill you. That would defeat the purpose. As you said, at any cost, you need to protect her, and you know you can't stop me. Only Morgana can, in this situation.
Keiko's standing there staring at Zonkiri. You can tell that Draco is waiting for doom.
Where is it? Yeah. Without a word, Zonkiri just stops existing in front of her and starts existing on the other side of her, next to the bud.
Katira, Melphite is next to you and he speaks to you. Is he really gonna attack that?
I genuinely don't know right now.
Okay, he starts to burrow.
How close is Zonkiri to Draco?
It's up to you.
Right on the other side, or?
How close are you to the bud?
I guess she would have been perfectly between you and the bud. Don't know how close that would have been.
Let's call it 20 feet.
20 feet?
Let's say Zonkiri was 40 out. And you were 20 feet from the bud. So he's 10 feet from the bud.
Start making my way towards the bud with my speed of 65.
You could be there immediately. You do see like a Bugs Bunny style burrowing trail of Melphite going towards the bud. Because, quote, Katiri said, is he really going to do it? And you said, I honestly don't know.
Yeah, oh no, I'm not surprised by what Melphite is doing. That doesn't surprise me.
Since he's 10 feet away from her, she will activate. And using the speed boost from when she rages...
Oh, fuck.
She will fly at him and take a good old reckless swing.
Hey, Connor, you want to tell him?
Uh-huh.
You go ahead. I've been spectating this going on, and I feel the control of the situation leaving my grasp. So.
Come join me over here, Connor. I'm just smoking some good smoke. Often, have Milo equip.
I sent a message to Connor when I teleported.
Yeah.
You run flat into the invisible wall.
We're getting Looney Tunes shading us.
You have been subtle wall of forced.
Pokeball.
Is she in the Pokeball?
Yes.
Wouldn't I technically run into it first?
It's a Pokeball, not you would go around it. She's in a ball.
I'm right by the bud.
Yeah. Morgana's 10 feet away from it. Or Traco is 10 feet away from it.
Oh fuck, I'm in the ball.
No, Traco's in the ball.
Oh shit.
The ball's not that big, Liv.
Draco face plants into the wall,
Deja vu, Traco.
and you'll see Draco stagger back, and instantly eyes start darting around, realizing been in this before.
Well,
It's lost. Egregiously.
And we'll basically just put one hand up against the side, and it's just pushing up against it, waiting for it to dissipate. Just staring at Zonkiri.
what's your actual plan here?
You all will see Melphite kind of breaches a little bit like a alligator on the top of the water. Just sitting like an ambush predator, just poking his head out of the ground a little bit. Staring up at Zonkiri right next to the bulb.
And full smile as a little green glow of an 8th level disintegrate starts glowing on his finger on the ball. Zonkiri looks at Traco and says, "Well, if I don't get to speak to Morgana, I'm going to disintegrate this." And we all know Zonkiri doesn't lie.
I don't think this is going to work.
Okay, and you're waddling back and you see everybody at a standoff.
I stay at a distance. Like, no.
Just put it in reverse, Terry.
I sit on the ship and just...
There has to be another
keep puffing.
plan. This is going to end horribly for everyone except you, Zonkiri.
Traco, I believe the important response comes from you. You've been given your ultimatum by your necromancer. Penny, no, don't pull my microphone out.
The Saboteur!
She had her head through the coiled up cord. So one, she would have hung herself, and two, she would have pulled my mic off my desk and unplugged it.
Father, I desire all the smoke.
I desire to be nothing but a problem this session, Father. Anyway, your necromancer has given you an ultimatum, Draco. There is a beat, and you have a moment to give your response.
And out of character, Shane, I have. This is up to you how you want to play this. I have ways that can work for Zonkiri actually doing it, for him not actually doing this. This is up to you. How do you want me to do this?
Whatever will be a better story, baby.
Oh.
I'm scared.
But Traco will stare directly into your eyes, Zonkiri. We do not control Cardiaki. If they do not apply, then there is no Morgana.
Pardon, what?
So it's not Traco doing it, it's Cardiaki being a little bitch.
You leave Teriyaki out of this.
She's not awake. She put herself to sleep. Traco's not in control of her.
You're saying she can't hear you right now.
Correct.
Oh. Well, why didn't you say so? You said you would speak to her earlier.
Do you drop the disintegrate that you were?
Sweet hell.
The disintegrate, yes. He however does something different. He goes with Plan B.
Melphite is locked in on you like an ambush predator. He doesn't really think he can take you, but he's
gonna die trying.
Yeah, especially because he's crippled at the moment.
We can speak to them. they do not receive.
Well, can't exactly have you wandering around in her body. So,
Uh-oh. I think I know what's coming.
Well, no, hold on.
you know, everyone keeps telling me to hold on, but I'm the only one here coming up with actual ideas.
I was fucking talking to her!
Karen waves from the ship.
Yeah. Sunkiri, what you doing?
No.
Oh,
I can't.
fuck.
This is bad! This is a bad thing!
My idea is to just break Trico.
Well, I can't pass that.
I'm gonna break Ghana too!
I have a +0. I literally cannot pass that.
So Shane, remember when you messaged me last time we played and you said, "So what's gonna happen now that I'm in the grove? Doesn't Traco poison me whenever he knows I'm here?"
I guess lobotomy.
Traco, you were staring at Zonkiri, who suddenly changes the hue of his spell from his green feeble mind, or his green disintegrate to his feeble mind, and in a flash, it's like looking through a straw. Your world.
This is
feels-
bad.
No, I didn't cast it. I pressed the description button, not the cast button.
Never mind.
That was me telling everyone, hey guys, out of character, this is what my plan is.
I
Let's
thought
come up with something else, or this is the idea I have.
Has anyone thought to try and get Andariel?
No,
I'm communication with her because I'm not in her book!
I honestly think you're gonna make it worse.
Honestly,
I can't telepathically communicate with her because I'm not in her book.
that's not how it works, but you could all.
Anyone has any sort of idea what this is like, it is quite literally me.
The last time I tried to help Traco,
Can I roll
almost
one more
bisected me.
perception and see if I can realize something's fucking going on?
Sure.
We're yelling at this point.
Well,
I was under the impression since you had Andaria Lee that she didn't want to be part of this.
I kind of assume so as well.
If she sees you casting spells at her, she will interfere.
I'm gonna say if you're below deck taking a nap, there's no way for you to spot this.
Okay.
Okay.
How about this? Karen's on the ship. And
She's
respect
just
it.
got back in the ship. She's not asleep yet.
Yeah.
No one falls asleep that fucking fast.
Man,
No.
Karen's on the ship. He's got the tail end of this. He's just like above board. Do you want it in on this, Norman?
Yeah.
All right. So Karen just he puts down his booth, sits up. Well, time to see if this can make it worse or better. And
So we'll say as things started to go south, Karen made it back to the ship and realized.
yeah,
And Derek probably have a hand in this.
Yeah, I was on the ship watching toward the tail end, so I'm like, well, shit. This ain't for me. Hey, Dario!
Draco.
So we'll say you all are able to arrive now if you wish
Wiz-
to be in the
wi-
part of it.
Wizard shit's happening.
Okay. Seeing that, and Daryl, you cast that spell on her, and I will make it my life's work to end you.
If you touch that fish,
I'm gonna maneuver myself in between Zonkiri and Traco so that I'm in the casting path. Is there a way, Traco, for any of us, one or more, to go in there and speak to Cardiaki? Not bring her out, but for us to go in.
We do not know.
Zonkiri, do you have anything? And Ariel?
Not my expertise.
She also raises her hand.
Oh yeah, I could go inside her during if she's asleep.
Maybe not you.
She also raises her hand. I was kind of going to suggest the same thing, or I could try granting someone a wish.
Let's wait on the wish thing.
I mean, it's just a little. A little clunky.
If we wish her awake, it might not work if she doesn't want to be.
I mean,
If she
it
can
doesn't
resist
have
a
to.
wish, I'm highly be impressed.
I mean, it
Zanfiri,
doesn't have
can
to
you
be.
get me in there?
Well, yeah, I could send anybody in there. I could send us all in there.
Well, I tried going in alone once, and that worked horribly. So, looks back towards Karen.
Away.
Karen, get your ass down here.
No. Fine. I'll come trotting down.
I was gonna say, if you tried to resist, you would have felt a great wind on your ass being blowing you towards them.
You would have
If you
called for
wanna-
the shield guardian to pick him up and drag him down here.
If you want to flex patron mommies, I can go there.
Once it looks like Zankiri is not about to disintegrate the bud, even though it's still probably in the Pokeball, Pico will pull the
Mine
wings
hasn't been
back
crippled.
in, chainsaws stop revving, lights aren't as intense anymore. We'll
I
suck
get
them back into our arms.
an info dump while we're waiting for Karen to get down here?
I'm not that slow. Fuck
Info
off.
dump or what?
Yeah.
Of the fact that she said that it's Cardiaki that's being the little bitch.
Tira will absolutely tell you.
Well, assume you've been info dumped.
Yep. Info dump. Thank you.
You walk over to Draco. So it's not you maintaining control, it's simply him or the other one refusing to get up. Because they think they failed me.
Correct. They cannot wield us efficiently, so we are in control.
They have wielded you efficiently this entire time. I made a decision and told you guys to wait outside. That was me that fucked up, not you.
Hey, Zankiri, maybe let her out of the Pokeball now.
Oh,
Bye.
nothing happens.
I was about to say.
Keiko looked to Andariel. Mogana is Cardiaki and Traco combined.
I'm aware.
Cardiaki was in sole control once the grove was entered.
Wait a motherfucking
Cardiaki
minute.
failed.
Everyone fails. It's part of being alive.
Sorry, I just saw the Garnet comment.
Yeah, I know. Shut up.
I made no audible comment. Leave me alone.
Listen, it's just... shit happens. I'm not exactly the toughest person in the world. I'm barely good at combat. Which is why I got 6,000 doodads on me to keep me alive.
-1.
Yeah, -1. Well, I do appreciate the three of you protecting me. You're not always going to be able to protect me. It's part of being an adventurer.
Keiko will kind of just look you over, Andariel. Cardiaki indulged in bloodshed
Yes,
during that
it's usually
time.
your thing.
It is how Kardiaki interprets our control.
So you can talk at him. Do you know if he hears you? Or Kardiaki?
We do not.
Are they sleeping in the common sense that we think of sleeping?
We do not know of what entails in your common sense.
You've seen me sleep 1,000 times. You've seen them sleep.
When Morgana sleeps, she is still partially aware. Is it similar?
If it is similar, Kardiaki has shown no signs.
Poke Kardiaki.
Draco will just stand up completely straight, eyes looking forward. They'll narrow in like a camera lens, kind of.
As
You'll
you
just see a little
them,
red.
Tell them that they did not fail. I'm fine. Tired, but fine.
And Daryl, if that doesn't work, I have an idea.
Elite trauma.
That's not the idea!
Let's just put a band-aid on this.
Draco will stand upright, stare straight forward, eyes kind of focus as these little sparks of red lightning will just shoot out from all of her little joints. She'll shake as if in pain. No response.
Did that hurt?
It was uncomfortable.
Why? What's different?
The method in which to rouse Kardiaki shocks our systems.
And Daryl, give me your hand.
Connor, I do have a question.
I have an answer.
When Giasa cast that spell on me, do I have an arm? Or is it still my prosthetic?
It's still prosthetic in this form. All she did was basically dispel the true polymorph she accidentally cast on you.
Okay. Hand out.
I'm going to take her hand, put my hand under it. Draco, give me your hand.
You'll just instantly reach out as if following your order.
I'm going to put their palms hovering over each other. So they're one palm up, one palm down. I'm going to take out my emotion crystal that is completed. And I'm going to put it between their two hands and clasp both of mine around them. Try again. Please. And I'm just going to focus on connecting the heart with the will.
Okay. I would say what you're doing gives Endario a direct line to talk to all the parts of Morgana the same way Draco could talk to Cardiaki and vice versa. Shane,
Yes.
in this idle state Cardiaki's in, receding from control, how does she react when suddenly she feels the presence of Andariel present with her?
You'll see Draco's body kind of shake as you see green light shoot through all of the lines and joints, kind of like lapping with the red so that both of them are present.
Mm-hmm. Morgana
And
Andariel.
she'll squeeze both of your hands slightly.
And Daryl, you're able to talk directly to whichever part or all of Morgana that you wish.
Hello there.
And Ariel,
Feeling down on yourself a bit?
I didn't. I should have. I should have kept you from.
I made a decision. It was a bad one. Got me hurt. There was nothing you could have done to stop it.
I could have. But I was too busy. And I saw how you respond to when I do those things.
I've never been a particular fan. Doesn't mean I've stopped loving you. Why
But
do you insist upon saying separate? Kind of looking at the two of them and then the third.
One of the eyes is still the Draco eye, and the other one is the green starry Cardiaki eye.
Yeah.
We know that you don't like the brutality of it, and indulging in it is what made us not be there for you. Draco doesn't have that problem.
Draco doesn't have anything. You're not Morgana without the both of them. You're not the woman I love. I am not fond of Cardiaki, and I am not fond of Draco. I love Morgana.
When you say that, the green light kind of dims out, and her Cardiaki eye kind of like squints as if in relative pain.
real quick, because
But
I
it
think
is
there might have
those
just been...
two things that make Morgana. I understand you are a vicious fighter. That's just who you are. I don't need you to be less brutal in your fights. I need you to be you, not we.
Kardiaki is the Fey form. Morgana is the combined form.
Okay.
You guys mostly deal with Morgana because most of the time it's Draco and Kardiaki piloting together.
Karen's kind of hit it on the head with the like fusion thing, that it's the two of them making something greater than the sum of their parts.
Yeah, I just couldn't tell whether Cardiaki was supposed to be the fused form or Morgana was the fused form.
Morgana.
We Morgana will kind of, you'll feel her hand go kind of slack on top of both of yours, Katira
And
and
Daryl will
Andariel.
squeeze it the best that she can.
Give me
I'm
that
not
strength
letting
check.
my
I want to
grip
see
up.
it.
I'm not letting my grip up so that I
Roll the
keep.
dice. I want to see it.
Beautiful.
Disadvantage from being formerly mind flayered or tadpoled. Just
Don't worry, I have quick reflexes. I catch the hand before it drops.
It wasn't like falling, like
She just
absolutely
let her
dropping. It's
weaken.
just, yeah, her stance slacked and weakened.
No, none of that.
You'll see that the Traco eye will kind of hone in on you and Dario as the Kardiaki one is like shimmering, thinking. I understand. But she looks lost for words. I don't know how to say it properly.
Say it in properly.
We don't think that we could have saved you.
You probably couldn't have.
In the Nautiloid. That is why we gave control to Draco.
There, you could have saved me. There. Why wouldn't you have been able to save me in the Nautiloid?
I had trouble fighting.
You You doubt yourself.
Yes.
Because I got hurt.
She just looks guilty.
You realize I've been hurt before, right?
We do not like it.
Yeah. But it happens. Not your failing. It's not anyone's failing. It's a fight. I'm going to get hurt. I made a calculated risk. It blew up in my face. And you came and saved me. I don't see that as a failure. That's just you being you. Me being me. I make rash decisions sometimes, and they blow up in my face. And then you ride in, along with the rest of the chuckle fucks, and save me.
I just thought Draco would be better at it.
No. Emotion is important in a fight.
The Draco eye kind of like glares at you.
No!
Propaganda.
This bitch lying.
Fey bullshit!
There are... And even if you want to leave emotions out of the battlefield, okay. We're not on a battlefield right now.
That is true.
And I feel like shit. I got my best friend, my longest friend, I got her father killed. Permanent. I destroyed her family legacy. Because I made a snap decision. What I want now is to curl up on a bed in your arms and cry myself to sleep. In your arms, not Traco's. Not Cardiaki's.
You'll see as the lights kind of mesh together more clearly. And both of her eyes start to kind of shimmer back to Morgana's usual blue.
The one I'm in love with is the combination of the other two. You bring out the best in each other, you bring out the worst in each other. I really do wish it was just you. But I don't think that's going to happen. But if it ever just turned into one or the other, I couldn't lose that.
I hate when someone do that. I'm just like, yeah, you're in. And they just say no.
As she glows back to the kind of lightish green that Morgana usually is, her eyes back to their blue haze. Her hair kind of frizzes out a little bit back to the in-between. We need them both.
I know. That's why I've never really brought it up.
Dang, if you would have ulted like 2 seconds earlier, I would have been safe with that.
After standing there for a moment, just staring in your eyes, and Darrell, she steps forward and just picks you up in a big old hug.
Dimension door to my bedroom, leaving
Yoink!
leaving Caro behind.
Fucking.
Everybody's just kind of standing there and just. Thoop, ah. Malphite slowly breaches and goes, I still needed to. And he's like.
Hey,
sits back
Melfite,
down.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead. He climbs back up with his Uncanary still sitting on his head.
I'm just gonna whisper something in his ear, and Connor knows what it is, and I'm gonna say, should I tell them now or later?
I mean, that adds a context to what is happening now, so, maybe leave a note.
Maybe leave a note? I feel like this is bigger than a note.
Then I'm gonna leave that in your hands.
If I knock, I'll probably die. I'll slide a note under the door, and I'm just gonna do it. Katira will go inside the ship and quickly write a note.
Okay, with your high-ass perception, you will 100% hear Andariel crying.
Oh, I figured. I'm just gonna slide the note under the door and knock on the door and say, hey, you guys might want to read that.
Karen had a heart attack for just a moment. He's like, no!
You might want to read that.
It's not your time.
Do either of you pick up the note?
I don't want to regenerate you again.
Well, I imagine Andariel is,
occupied.
Which of you reads the note?
No, Andariel is koala'd in Morgana's arms, crying, and she'll just step towards the door, lean down, and grab the note.
Katira, what does the note say as Morgana reads it?
I'm gonna DM it to Shane.
I'm gonna go ahead and state this. I have no context for what this note says, but
no, you don't.
Zunkari's gonna look down at everybody and says, "You think she's gonna tell us she's pregnant?"
Aaron just looks up.
And Malphite's just gonna vertically descend until he's below ground, and he does not resurface.
The worst part is I don't even know which one he was talking about.
Well, you've got the birthstone,
yes.
fucker.
That's true.
Although you do have, your veins are filled with birth fluid, so.
I really don't think she would say anything other than the one sentence. I was like, would she say anything else? No, I don't think she would.
She also is gonna look at you all as well and go, so.
What? What?
Ta-da!
Liv, do you mind if Morgana says something out loud that everyone hears what you... Basically, they hear what you say.
Then say it!
As Andariel, like, in between Andariel sobbing, Morgana will, like, be petting her head. And she'll just ask Andariel, was that a wedding?
She's kind of cough a little bit, look up at her with a snotty nose. Do you want it to be?
She'll just look confused. We think so.
Then yes.
We have not had a wedding before.
Neither have I.
It up the game. It kept pinging where I heard Reaper. Where I like pinged the Reaper himself. And no one would turn him out and give him
Wait.
a hit. And it was possible.
I don't even get it, but you know, it's funny.
That's really
I don't know what happened.
But,
I don't know why it was called a wedding, but I'll take
So,
it.
Katira
If
has
you
her
ask
hands clasped over each other. She is like divinely
Lynn
ordained.
had a realization and started messaging Connor where I was like, Katira, slowly realizing that this is technically a hand fasting ceremony. Which is a form of marriage. I was like, so do I tell them that this is a wedding? Or and Connor said, if they say I do, it's canon.
I mean, you all gathered friends and family, and you exchanged vows to take care of each other. So
Literally, while I was booing over a muted mic, I was like, Norman is straight up saying wedding vows. Norman straight up improvisation
Oh my.
wedding vows.
I mean, if you need any more official recognition, clerk.
There was even a shotgun pointed at somebody.
I had to dive off mic for the massive boohooing.
I no longer
you-
think it's as corny. The accidentally like married or the tropes in books. I'm like, nope. I just witnessed two D&D characters accidentally marry each other.
It was really cute. It was really sweet. I really loved it.
Oh, you can make rings out of the shards of your staff that you blew up.
Damn, you killed Liv. Dead.
Headshot.
She's on the.
God, man.
Would you look at that? A corpse.
What the fuck?
Zancuria, Razor. Hurry.
Raise Rurai. There's an important distinction.
Nah. I ain't going over there.
Now I'm really gonna wait a little bit longer before I ask Ariel some questions.
So, he doesn't want to hear any of that.
For the sake of not postponing Malphite indefinitely, once Andariel is done,
Crying herself to sleep.
yeah, Morgana will take out her red scarf that Andariel gave her. I'll go. She keeps it on her at all times. And she will wrap it up in her hands.
Basically, except when you stand still, you can't be.
And then go see him?
Yes.
Okay.
She'll walk out. Not sure what everyone else would have been doing in like the probably hour it takes for Andariel to exhaust herself to sleep.
Probably deworming the passengers.
Yeah.
So, Silver, how are you doing?
That's incredibly funny, the idea that you had your passengers on board as you all were going to cry, and then quietly Katira drops a note off, and then is just escorting them. Like, we gotta go, guys. Get off. Come on. Get off.
This way.
Quiet.
You won't want to hear what comes next. This way.
Here's our pop-up clinic. And then just Malphite. Just like,
Yeah. Karen comes over. You know this is something productive to do. Out of earshot. Yeah. And proceed with surgery, I guess.
Karen, roll me a d4 to see how many tadpoles you managed to pull out alive.
Okay.
'Cause you're the one who has the power to, like, blood magic to force them to leave.
Hey, yeah. 1.
You have a singular one. All the other ones rupture in the process of pulling them out.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm playing Mercy all day.
You said these were all Archaeomancy sensitives.
Yes.
Which one did this come from?
Roll me a d7. Why not?
Blood's already dead.
Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't one of each. These were just like the first round of like anybody they could get.
Oh.
Shane!
Huh?
In honor of Shane.
cursed.
House of Storms. That one Morgana has.
Why is it in a lawn chair?
You drop it in a glass and cork it. Boom.
Zakira, is this safe? Or should I
No.
just kill it?
Now!
Hand it over.
That thing. Your tadpole. Here you go.
Hello, little one. You and I are going to have so much fun.
It looks as Zonkiri and it just starts swimming to the other edge of the glass and looks like it's trying to break through and kill itself. Like, just...
Like Henry and
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
I wave bye to it. I wave bye to it. Goodbye.
It's banging on the glass. You can't speak whatever it's saying, but you can gather mercy.
I hold a microscopic honey jar up to it. Here you go.
You bitch.
Preferable to the being Zonkiri's test subject. So, Morgana, you eventually make your way back out, and you see Malphite there, just chilling by the giant bud. Oh, you're back. Is everything all finger guns and thumbs up?
Morgana will do her best to mimic the finger guns.
All right, cool. Come here. And you're like,
Come here!
Actually, hold on. Even better. She'll see that he's doing the gun motion, and she'll pull out her gun and just, like, shake it around.
whoa, 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 don't fire that in this direction. You holster it. Just
She'll stroll up to him.
He's very like an impatient kid on Christmas, like hobbles forward and grabs your wrist and pulls you forward. It's time. It's time. Are you ready?
Time for what?
He places his hand on the bulb and you see an emanating like dark pulse, like waves of energy coming from his hand, feeling the bulb. It's time for you to meet the mother.
Well,
Her eyes will go wide.
Grove mother.
She's pregnant.
She's left her stone form and is reforming herself after that possession. Just needs a little kickstart from us. She's ready.
she's blooming!
Just place your hand on the bulb. And he's like pulling your wrist towards it. Do you resist?
Okay. No, she won't.
Your hand connects and that like a rippling green energy pours out. The green does start to become lighter and lighter until you have this rippling white energy cascading around the bulb, forming this kind of perpendicular pattern to his like black dark waves. Eventually the waves stop, and you hear like the splitting of vegetable fibers as the bulb begins to bloom and open. And standing there to greet you is the Grove Mother.
Ooh!
Big Mama.
Big Mama is right.
She is a gargantuan-sized creature. As she stands up, she lords over you.
Katira, you are banned from going after my mother. I heard that in your voice.
Did a pop-up come up for you guys?
That wasn't Katira, that was
he
pure
put a token out.
Liv.
There's a token.
There's a token. I didn't get the pop-up. But
Oh,
we should...
I was scrolled up too far.
I think we should all be able to see her
Yeah.
little
token.
handout
I
thing
can
too.
hear.
I think I deleted that handout.
Oh, never mind.
But it's the same picture from it, so and the handout was literally just the picture.
Oh
So,
well.
like, it was just kind of a little bit of a cleanup. But the full picture of her is in the Discord. Morgana, she looks at you, and you see like these piercing blue eyes, series of insectoid-like features on her. You see small mandibles tucked up inside her cheeks. Her eyes have that sort of hexagonal hexagonal patterning like a fly. Big butterfly wings. She looks at you and goes, "My dear Morgana, it's a pleasure to finally meet you." And she'll place her hand down. Her thumb brushes against your cheek, and it is about the size of your head. She seems much bigger here than when you saw her in the other timeline. Perhaps meaning that in the other timeline she wasn't as powerful.
Jill. Cairn. No, he's back to the MILF Hunter.
No. Now you got to fight on two fronts, Katira and Cairn.
It was Liz!
It's like that scene in Jurassic World with fucking the Velociraptors.
Just your two party members frothing at the mouth as you're holding your hand out. No, wait.
It's not Katira, it's Liz!
Morgana will grab her hand and like lean into it.
I'm afraid he is shattered.
Sorry about your mountain.
She looks up and sees the debris. Oh. I mean, things happen. She flicks her wrist and see all the rubble float in the air in reverse and reassemble itself like puzzle pieces.
Oh. Shit.
Well, I'm pretty sure she is the archfey of this area.
Yeah, this is her domain. Nothing here happens without her permission. There.
So she did give her blessing!
Even fucking better. She will look around and say, I should probably get a bit more down to your scale. And there's this plume of this bright blue, glittery dust, and then stepping out is a medium-sized version of her. And that sort of like glitter dust blows away in the wind. There.
I'm happy that you're moving.
I was wallowing in grief for a very long time. And it took nearly losing everything I had left to realize that I was worrying about things I'd already lost. You do notice that Giasa looks kind of awkward as she says that. Speaking of which, Giasa will just kind of slowly recede from this group and make her way back to the ship. She's like, I'm gonna go watch over Andariel.
Karen will offer Giasa a blunt. You've had a day.
She looks at it, blows on it. She throws it in her mouth and starts chewing. It tastes awful, Karen.
I'm actively smoking this in front of you. You knew that's not how you do it. And I just blow some weed smoke at her.
The wind blasts back twice as hard towards you.
He breathes it in. He's like, all right.
Oh yeah.
I'm too big to give a shit.
Stop gunning.
You can hotbox him.
She traps him in a little fucking wind sphere as he just hotboxes himself. She's like, yeah.
I started like this morning.
You know what? Let me in on that. She's gonna create a little wind wall bubble around y'all.
Yeah, and we'll just chill.
There is now a wind wall hot box on the deck of the ship.
Someone hand them a stereo, please.
She takes the.
So you got the music box.
Oh man.
God damn it.
Okay, as their hot box.
Like they are obscured by all the smoke.
Jesus.
Listen,
Fucking degenerates out here.
Cairn has made it clear throughout this campaign he likes to hit the sauce hard.
The only thing he's got.
If I know no one got me, I know you got me, Dr. Feelgood.
I know you got me, Super Fey Boof. Morgana will. She'll look at Mother and will just kind of very, very weakly start lifting her hands for like. And like almost pulling them back and then lifting them up again. Like, hug.
She'll come into an embrace fairly quickly. And she hugs you tight.
Finally.
She holds on for a little longer than a normal hug, and then releases. Now, tell me, I caught I caught wind that the person who did this to us is still out there, right?
We were just about to ask you for help for that.
Luckily, I am a bit of a portent, and I can try and divine a good next step. I do have a special spot for it, though. Malfoy can show you where it's at. I need to go clean it up some things. I can sense all the things that have fallen in disarray in my absence. Malfoy, take her and her friends, to the, my seance shrine. Yes, mother. Good boy. And she'll kind of pet his head. It's almost like she's rustling his hair, but he has none. It's just carapace.
She's shaking his horn.
Yeah. He seems to be into it. And then
Don't say it like that.
not
Okay,
like
Oedipus.
not like that, you freaks.
I was about to say to Pyro, you heard her. She's got the good boy in her veins. You got a chance.
And then she disappears, teleporting to the place in the grove she wants to be.
I think she's going to be upset I was going to kill her.
A little. I'm assuming it's within his earshot.
Oh yeah, he's standing right next to him.
I figured as much. So, good news, bad news. Her seance spot is in the grove, and I can take you to it, but, and he points to a far mountain range. It's on the top of there. So, you may want to take your ship.
We'll make sure not to crash it into this mountain.
That would be appreciated.
Oh yeah, Morgana's still fucking dying. So in the hour it took Andariel to fall asleep, I'm gonna chug some hit dice.
Well, yeah. You all can have a long rest, and then meet the Grove Mother at her seance spot.
Oh, so Andariel's awake again.
I mean, you are...
You didn't want to bring Tara?
Tara's just kind of sitting there like, what the fuck is going on?
There's room in the booth circle for you.
Get in the hot box.
There's like a circular hole opens as someone approaches. You want in?
Would it make
Step
you
in.
feel better or worse to hear that this isn't the weirdest day we've ever had?
I can't wait to never see you guys again.
We hear that a lot.
But
have
if you need
rooms
a
at the fort.
mercenary and you're actually paying gold this time, look me up.
So that's a no.
You want to also
Close the
pay gold?
We have several rooms at the
Just
fortress.
closes it.
He leans to Karen. How many people are in her head?
I'll just lean out and just blast her in the face with weed smoke. I don't have no fucking idea. And I'll lean back in.
She also now has beads in her hair.
Apparently there's two that make a third.
That's not how math works.
Well, I guess it would be 1 plus 1 that would become a third separate person.
How much do you understand about the id, the ego, and the superego?
Ding, 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 ding.
None whatsoever. Never heard of any of that.
Probably for
And
the best.
I read a lot.
Good. Because I'll be dead, damned, and cold in my grave before I make Freud a canon character.
Thank God! Fuck that man!
Zonkiri can know all of his things because he knows the deplorable wastes of the multiverse. But I'll make funny hoo-hoo-ha-has of any other historical figure. Fucking hate Freud. Hated learning about his shit. Thought it was so fucking stupid. I hate the idea of ego, id, superego.
I just hate Freud.
I imagine Morgana walks out with Andariel, like, in her arms. She's just ferrying her around.
I can walk.
But we like carrying you.
I like being carried. But it is a bit embarrassing.
Oh,
I'm told this is very traditional.
absolutely devastated. We'll set you down.
Thank you.
I'm told that the
She'll
carrying
hold
of
out her hand. I will hold your hand.
So, Morgana carried
Okay.
you across the threshold, huh? There you go, Liv. I delivered your joke for you.
Thank you.
I just had a funny realization. Morgana's not very smart, but there is a way that she might be able to explain her situation. Just looks at Tara. It's like mixing paint.
Oh. Yeah.
This is
That is
Morgana.
exactly.
Back together.
It's odd. You're not as calm, but somehow seem calmer than the other one.
Yes, I'm not a weepy sack of shit anymore.
And not a weepy sack of shit in one half and a tense kind of psychopath in the other.
Now it's just the regular Iron Tiger.
Wow.
But what did I miss while I was sleeping?
So you all get your long rest. Go ahead.
You see the hotbox on the deck. With
Karen and Joss have become friends.
there is just a faint like sound of Bob Marley music just in there.
Face plastered against the fucking wind wall. I swear to God, if you try to sleep with this one, I will skin you.
I
Who are you
opened the window
talking
again.
to?
Who are you?
His hair is now dreads.
Yeah, it's dreads. Just
Giasa just wove into dreads with her wind magic.
Yep.
What do you mean, man? This is my brother. Oh, that's right. I look down and I've got the magic booth. Oh, that's why.
I just realized.
As she's threatening Karen, Morgana will just say to her about Mother awakening and regaining her full control over the grove, and now she's going to try to divine where that dickhead is so we can murder him.
Oh.
And we flew to the mountain.
Okay. Right. Because Faye can just do that.
I mean, it's magic. It's scrying. It's not something outside of.
No, rebirth thing.
Again, it's magic. It's not exactly something outside of our wheelhouse either.
Isn't your magic powered by wishes? How is this different for you?
I don't know if this is time.
I've kind of avoided Faye.
Did you take the Fae touched feet, Pandaria?
Yes, she did.
I just wanted to throw that out.
Didn't avoid it very much.
So is that like an STD then from Morgana?
What is an STD?
Were you Fae touched by teriyaki?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Show me
about
where on
it.
the doll you were the Fae touched you.
Tell me on the doll where teriyaki touched you.
No, it show me on the character sheet where the Fae touched you.
When you all look out, there's like a series of standing stones, very reminiscent of Stonehenge, leading up to a large central altar ritual site. Given the time you all got there kind of in the day, took a long rest, you all are waking up kind of in the middle of the night. What else would you all like to do before you approach the Grove Mother? Her divination.
Come down from my high and raid my own kitchen.
Joss is right there behind you, and
base cookies. Yes.
You bake cookies. She goes, "Oh, these are great," and just like vortex, like cyclone, sucks them up and down her gullet.
Kirby,
yep.
Your patient's Kirby. Oh,
like Patrick.
Karen holds onto his fridge. No.
She seems to be taking the annihilation of her father well.
You can tell that she is stoned out of her mind.
It is a clinically obtuse amount of boof in her system.
Those of you passing by hear Giasa say, "You know what would go great, Karen?
What?
Peanut butter brownie the size of a horse." And she snaps her fingers, and there's
I wish.
there is a horse-shaped peanut butter brownie that falls on you as she casts
Thank
great
God
food and
I'm
water.
immune. Thank Ilvian, I'm immune to diabetes in this reality. I can fake it here.
So Jeannie can actually cast create food and water, and I think it's funny for her to just cast her like stupid munchy cravings.
It's even funnier how hard she's getting boofed up. Granted that this is a whole bunch of boof smoke, and she is made of wind.
Yeah,
it's literally just morphing into her.
Taking up a large majority of her being
Exactly.
at the moment.
Slowly turning more and more green.
But yes, that is actually why I was considering like, oh, this would be funny if it actually did really wreck her.
She needed it.
She does take the head off the horse and like hug it and starts eating it like nose first. Oh.
I don't want to be seeing this.
Here just rips off a leg.
Please
So-
tell me I prepped minor illusion.
I
I did.
Isn't that a cantrip?
Yes. It also
Oh,
only
no.
has somatic and material components. So as they're walking by, it's like he flicks his hand, and the head starts speaking to her as she's eating it.
Why would
Oh.
you do this to oh. She just keeps eating.
Yep.
Am I supposed to hear things talking to me?
That's probably the Feywild. You know, it's weird.
I'm gonna think of more munchies while you go.
Yeah. I've got tacos over there to not tacos, but like
You mentioned more food, and she starts going through your pantry.
my rice.
God.
It's dirty rice.
Yeah, Gias is raiding your pantry. You realize you do not have the power to stop her.
You know what? Knock yourself out. Mom! No.
As you are leaving, you see like the multiple flashes of her like creating food and water for different random munchies.
It's literally a fucking hurricane. Hurricane Helena's hit my kitchen.
Hurricane.
Hurry, Karen. Hurry,
All right,
Karen.
so yeah, okay. Karen runs out rapidly, trying to come down from his high. You know what? That's actually how he uses the blood archaeomancy right now. He's just cycling the shadow system as quick as he can.
Detoxing himself.
I'm detoxing myself.
You draw a little sigil on your hand. You can give a high five to one of your like deworm people and transfer the high to them. Have fun. Oh.
Weren't you trying to lay off the drugs to help with your depression?
Weeds aren't drugs. They're an herbal supplement. I stopped the heroin. I needed something.
As long as you remember that when I bring up Belladonna, we're fine.
Agreed.
So
And I keep walking.
You all are standing at the path. Anything else anybody wants to do before you go up?
Be right back. I'll be using it.
Not that I can think of.
Okay. I just want to give, if anybody had a chance, they've been waiting to like talk to somebody. I wanted to give a explicit. Here's your chance.
No, I'm waiting to talk to Andariel until she's had a little more time to recoup.
So, Karen said he'd be right back, but we can go ahead and move forward. As you all approach, the plinths alight with these blue flames atop them. As you approach and reach the top, you see this large stone table with a cloth, a hand-woven cloth draped over it, and in the middle a large crystal orb that hovers over a small recess. As you see the Grove Mother there waiting for you. Welcome. Please, have a seat. There's little stone seats arise from the ground, giving the sort of half circle of the table, place for all of you to sit. So, the way my divinations work is I can read some of your futures, and I believe, seeing as how you're so entwined on this character, I can probably find out where they're hiding other than in space. So, I'm going to start with either Andaril or Morgana. I'm trying to read your futures in hopes of finding where you will encounter him. Which one of you wants to try first?
I'll go.
Please, step on up then.
Yep.
And she will take your hand and look at your palm. And this, like, inky blackness forms around this ritual site, like a darkness spell's been cast around you. All the stars disappear. You see, like, these after images in the sky of moments in your life and Ariel. To everyone else, they just look at colorful clouds. She examines for a moment and says, "The hands of a murderer most foul resides deep in a sea of stars. To find them out of their hole, seek an old ally who you have forsaken." And she looks up to you. Do you have any idea what that might mean? Do you have an old ally who somehow is tied into this character?
Not that I know of.
No, not the French judge.
Yes!
That's how we annihilated that thing for Archaeomancer.
I told you I was cursed by a great wizard.
Not Archaeomancer. I exercised it.
Oh.
Yeah, I banished the soul.
Can I roll a history?
Yeah.
Because she's smarter than I am?
Yeah, you can. And there's somebody from your childhood you remember, an ally you haven't spoken to, who's been, whose home has been taken over in a war that you've not participated in. It's also where your de facto father lives. You're unsure how, but it seems that
person who taught me thieves' cant?
Yep.
Oh.
She seems to indicate
any other way.
The threads of fate don't often offer alternatives.
Disagree.
He says with his time eyes. This is
okay.
Don't try him on this. It ends badly.
All I can say is I don't know how, but if you go and meet with them, I think you'll find who you're looking for.
Cool.
Is there...
And by cool, not cool at all. Just someone I never wanted to speak to again.
Ooh.
Sucks to suck.
Why?
She abandoned me.
Oh.
I thought the prophecy she just gave said that they were the abandoned one. Is it just backwards?
That'd be my guess. Because I didn't abandon her.
I don't know more than what I said, so I suppose you'll have to investigate and find out.
Yeah.
Well, while I've got it set up and everyone else like their fortunes read.
Ah, fuck it. My high's gone. I'll go.
She pulls your hand forward, and similarly you see flashes of Casterg and the clouds around. For you, Orc of Blood, I see a bond of blood seeks you out, and you can find this bloodkin creeping along a giant's body.
Interesting.
You mean Insania?
She shrugs.
Okay.
I have limited omnipotence. Omniscience.
I'm used to it. I'm a clerk.
Yeah,
An
you get it.
oxymoron.
I'm a fae.
Well,
That's kind of our shtick.
all right.
She looks at the rest of you.
Do you have that in writing? Or
Yeah, I can message it to you.
yeah, I like that.
Anyone else?
This is just random part of our future.
I have a list of things depending on which characters go forward.
Oh,
I've read off on Dariel's and Karen's. It's alright if you're scared of knowing what the future could hold. Often it is a daunting task, especially if bad
What?
news would befall the...
I watched those words bounce off of Sankiri's ego.
Ding, ding, ding. No effect.
Yeah, why not? I go forward.
This is yikes.
She looks at your hand. You see clouds of all the different moments you've had with the weirdos. So she says, I see a fork in your destiny approaching. 2 great paths that will determine the trajectory of the rest of your days. It seems that the deciding factor in which one you'll take and how good it will be for you is dependent on how confident you are in making your choice when you get faced with this dilemma. So,
What would
Be
this
confident.
dilemma be?
within the next 3 months, it seems some big event is coming for you, where you'll have to choose something, option 1 or option 2, with no middle option, and no ability to stay out of it. When the time comes, be confident and make a choice. Indecision will likely soil it, no matter what you pick.
Okay.
She looks at you, Liv.
who?
She looks at you, Katira.
Looked at straight at the screen, staring at you.
Straight at the player.
I heard you,
The
Mom.
player.
She twirls her hair. Eh? No. She looks at
Eh.
Katira. Would you like your fortune?
Yes. Very nervously.
Yeah, you have very strong feelings with Faye, don't you?
She takes your hand.
Well, more of a devil lord in Connor's world.
Devil of the Fae. I mean,
It's kind of
potato,
a
potato.
fae. She
Like-
looks at your hand and says, you see flashes of your service in the matron's order. Moments of your reclaimed memories with Rayanna. And she tells you, I see a love once lost can be revived anew, but not until a traitor from long ago pays penance for your original sin's not the word, but your
Mistake.
plight. I'm not so sure it is a mistake. If you'd like to give me a history check.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I have an idea.
You remember the when you were on Delneder, the matron that agent of order told you that she was betrayed by one of her high commands.
Yeah.
I know that traitor is still at large.
Yep.
Do you want to know her name?
I do.
She was Sindel the Exalted, now Sindel the Traitor / Chosen of the Mystic.
Syndel.
Cindell.
Formerly the Exalted. Ooh. Nice. I like that outfit.
She indicates to you that dealing with her is the path to saving Rihanna.
Well, that's 2 birds with 1 stone. I get to kill that bitch that killed a lot of innocent people and hopefully find my wife. That would be great.
I believe the only person left is Zankiri.
Technically Morgana.
Oh, Morgana, right, I forgot.
Her daughter.
Does even want to?
Nah, I've already touched you enough, move.
What about Malphite?
I don't have any rinse on Malphite.
Instantly the neglected daughter.
He's like, Belfight's there.
You're only half. I don't care about you.
Damn.
My ugly step, anyway. Morgana?
Morgana's curious. She'll do it.
She looks at your palm and looks at your chest. As far as your fortune, I see good tidings ahead if you stay the course and stick with those you love. But I have a bit of wisdom to share with you. A heart divided cannot stand. Seek concession of your halves, united on a single front, or risk falling to discord forever.
Is that the fortune? Or?
She said the fortune, she said, you didn't have anything interesting other than stick with the people you love. She was just telling you straight up, don't wishy-washy with your heart. You'll hurt yourself in the end. She was gonna do this, and then you all had that whole big talk about like reuniting your halves and all that. And so I didn't have anything else written down, so
Wow.
She just sees herself telling Morgana everything she's already said.
wow, instant playback.
Rewind.
And I think that does it.
Okay.
That's everyone.
Not quite.
Oh, right.
Now that your hand or Care Hanthor?
She gingerly reaches towards your hand.
Go on.
As she gingerly reaches toward his hand, Zankiri's kind of like holding his hand out, and as like she's hesitating, he just lurches forward with his hand and grabs hers.
Yeah.
Sometimes I really just got Zankiri's like Mahito gross. Dirty ass motherfucker.
Please, if he used the Carhanthor, please have her do the fortune, and it's just her seeing visions of Carhanthor doing shenanigans. Like the hand just creeping around in the pantry, or untying someone's shoelace.
Because it'll be funny.
That's the thing I've been hunting these last 3 weeks.
Because it's funny, she looks at the
I love you, but
one.
oh yeah.
What?
I think that was for his daughter.
Yep. For shits and giggles, she looks at the Carhanthor one and says, I see nothing but torment and agony. Your toils have amounted to nothing, and you are yet but a tool for a great darkness, and the only hope for restoration lies in complete, abject, This isn't your hand.
Well, it belongs to me.
She pops it off your wrist and sets it down. Your real hand.
Is it even still his hand? I mean, he's kind of me puppeting.
She places her hands on the table, clearly pressed. Like, you don't even have your real hand?
Zankiri just sits there as he just like smiling at her as a looming hand reaches over behind her shoulder.
It's the real hand.
As this shadowy, like almost clawed tendril of a hand lays itself across her hand and arm.
You all see her lock up Okay, let's get this over with quick. Death becomes you. Seek, seek not my divination, but make your own. Your destinies, your. Oh God, this is. Oh, this
So
is so
Curie's
wrong.
just smiling. He's not even interested in his fortune. He just wants to make her watch what's coming.
Oh God.
I've never
oh.
washed that hand.
It's just all bad. It's just all chaos. It's all ruin. How is any one person this destructive, vile? Oh,
You now have
gods
the cheese touch.
above. You see a look of true horror in her face as she sees like all the possibilities of what Zonkiri could do, and they all end in him some like monstrous effect on reality. Oh God. We're amidst an avalanche of darkness, and it's too late for us to dive out of the way. She looks
That's
at
why
you.
you get on the train.
So Curie just looks over at Morgana and he's just smiling at her and Malphite, and he just lifts his hand off of Mother's. It's like,
And let's go ahead and stop that before something permanent gets damaged.
You see like a shiver run up her spine. Just okay, well, that was
Morgana
unsettling.
will just turn towards Malphite and then look back at Zonkiri. Wow. You're so scary. It's cool.
Aw, thank you.
I do have some aid I can give you all. Is on top of these threads, something a bit more concrete.
That's concrete, baby.
You're venturing after the mystic of Gleeful Giles, no? The one whose influence plagues the Shadowfell, Dilneater?
Yes.
I'm down to kill the pseudo-god.
Well, as you may know, the Fey realm exists in opposition of her. And as such, we have a little bit of a neutralizing effect. Here, is your whole party... Take my blessing. You all have a one-time use. For 24 hours, you are immune to the effect of the Stray Darkness. It takes an action to use.
nice.
So,
Holy shit. Well, put that in.
24 hours from when we use it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have one charge of this ability. It's this boon. And Archfey has given you a blessing. That should help protect you from...
Makes me itchy.
Yeah, that happens when you have too many boons and charms on you. They say it's 'cause magic worms dig under your skin, but I think it's just...
I like to imagine it manifests as like a little leaf or something, and I just have to smack away the tongue from the fucking demon. No, it's not for you.
No.
No! Bad!
But hungry.
I'm
hungry.
I'll feed you the magic boof later. Like, shut.
Yes. You like are holding your stomach shut as it's like you all have seen the trailers of like all the Venom movies. It's just like, yes, I can eat Eddie. Like it's essentially Karen's magic gut here. Just we'll feed you later. Just calm down. Yes.
I've got a gut feeling we should hurry up.
What's the name of the fog stuff?
Are you talking about the effects of the stray energy?
Yeah, is it just a stray energy?
Yeah. Spelled with an I instead of an A. Or an I instead of a Y.
Since when?
Since always. Yep. Correct. And as a refresher, that was the effects that when you all were there, when you were in the darkness, you would gain those levels of exhaustion. You would be immune to that. Bye-bye.
Let's see. September 2nd, 2023. You rolled another cave and another peaceful astray. Astray. That message is from Connor.
Autocorrect, it will make it a Y.
Almost like every time you've sent me the word astray, it's been with a Y.
Wompity fucking womp womp. When Zonkiri set the timeline back, now the spelling's changed. Congrats.
Fuck you!
Might have misspelled a few things, like the words astray and the word Connor for some reason.
Can I tell them what that's a reference to?
Sure. I don't think any of them noticed.
No. If any of you go back and watch any of the like alternate timeline episodes, where it says Connor S in the bottom left of Roll20, it was spelled with an OR in the other timeline, and I changed it back to ER when we were in the right timeline.
That's dedication to a bit, motherfucker.
It was Zonkiri, it was Fergus telling me, hey, you know what you should do? And then he told me, I said, that's hilarious, I'm absolutely doing it, and I did it quietly. But you can see, like, as soon as you all were, after you all, that at the end of the episode, where I was like, well, you all are in a new timeline. The very next episode we started, C-O-N-N-O-R.
You went back to spelling your name wrong.
And then I kept with the OR until you all said it right. And then, like, as soon as you all got back to the normal timeline, I think it's on video. I go to my settings, I change it to ER, and I hit save. So
I respect it.
Yeah, it was a very funny bit that I was hoping one of you all would notice, but
I'm not that observant, my friend.
I was having other issues during that.
Zonkiri just kind of gives a bit of a flourishing like bow and says, "Your assistance in my rise is appreciated."
I will hope I hope never to cross you.
The mother's very smart, you know that.
Did you say Morgana's mother is very smart?
He said it to her in Malphite.
Well, we should probably drop off our passengers and get back home. Yes.
And as a little summation of some of those fortunes for those of you who might not get it, for Zonkiri, she was just saying like, you've taken control of your own destiny.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can tell you to steer you in any direction. You're already on a path.
I feel like that's Connor telling Fergus that.
Yes.
Yes.
For Karen, do you want me to give you context? Because you asked about the spelling of it, or do you want to puzzle over it?
Okay.
I'll let you think on that. I'll say that for anybody. If you want to puzzle on the like cryptic Fey wording of it that I put in, you can, or I can just tell you outright. You are a group of intelligent characters. It wouldn't take too long for you all to get a gist of what.
I mean, I've already got mine though, right?
Yeah.
The only one I'm not entirely.
Kill the bitch, save my wife.
The giant that the
I can tell you.
Yeah.
She is hiding on Atadia.
I knew it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Seville!
Yes.
We're going back, baby. I hope you did like your items.
I fucking said, you said giant's body, and I said, like Atadia.
Yes, and I had to bite my lip because I was like, and she got it immediately.
Yay!
It's
I forgot
horror.
it was a giant split. Yeah, Jotun split. Yeah, there we go.
Morgana yours was literally just telling you about the like Traco Cardiaki thing, that the thing that Morgana or that Andari already told you that balance is what you need.
Ready? Called her
I
to
had to
come
get both of them to accept that.
meet people, I guess. So
And then
Oh,
Andari,
we need to go to Blackmere.
Yep, and then Andari, yours was just saying that the path you take to meet up with that person will lead you to your quarry. And Silver's, she has given you warning that there is some event coming down the plot of the campaign that Silver's going to have a decision.
Is he with us or is he against us?
Don't say that.
He predicted that it's trying to fucking kill Zonkiri.
I'm
Okay,
joking on that.
You did?
yeah,
Slightly.
You know that the decision does not have an I choose not to act option. It's going to come to you, and it's going to change one way or another depending on your choice to act or not act, or yet left or right, or something or another. There's no avoiding or reversing it. So, I can't wait to give him another time gun, and blow it up again.
You ever hear of someone called the Astrorosians?
Well, I think it's safe to say that dropping off our passengers, getting back to town, giving the Duchess she's still a Duchess?
The governess.
Okay, governess. Some time to decide on things.
Technically, she proclaimed herself empress, but she's not really much of an empire.
And maybe some time for Morgana and Andariel to
Consummate the wedding.
I was gonna say settle their heads, but that works too.
A little bit of both.
Clang, clang, clang. Well, we still have plenty of time left in the session, so I'm gonna pitch out, and then we take a little 5-10 minute break and circle back.
Woo!
All right.
All right.
I am going to quickly call my dad, so I might not be back in 10 minutes, but you can just continue.
Yeah, we will pick
Hi,
up
Dad.
as you all are docking at the fort in 10 minutes. So.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, Connor. I think he's
Wow, he ripped those headphones off.
He probably had to go run Penny outside.
I was just gonna say that any of the passengers who don't want to pay extra just get dropped off in the abyss.
Damn.
Rude.
They said they didn't care where they got dropped off.
Where do you drop Tara off?
Not a idea.
What
Ah,
if?
Shitville.
Hear
Thanks.
me out. Hear me out. What if we drop her off at the prison with Mina? That's where all of the alt characters go.
Why?
It's a job.
Because it's funny, that's where all of the alt characters go.
I'm sending you to the fucking jail cell, you creature.
Okay? And
She's just trying to get Mina and
I'm
Tara to
already
hook up.
there! Yeah.
I see through your
I want
facade,
to break
witch!
your heart right here, right now, Liv. Tara is asexual.
Okay, fair enough. Respected.
Thanks
Listen,
for the
that is
interest,
not
but no.
that is less heartbreaking than if you had told me she was straight. Asexual is respected.
Straight's
Okay,
not?
that was.
God
No.
damn, fuck you too, Liv.
In Dungeons and Dragons? No.
That was heterophobic as hell.
Damn.
Yes, it is.
Go to jail.
I'm gay, I gotta be heterophobic.
No, you really don't.
At least for the
No,
memes.
you really don't. I'm straight, I'm not homophobic.
Fair enough.
You're afraid of gay?
Fear.
Well, some gay people do scare me.
That's also very fair.
Tyrell.
Honestly, I was just gonna drop her off in Moonwatch.
Oh,
And
good.
Moonwatch. Wow, this place is fucking empty.
It's also
That house
It's
now
also
belongs
at
to me.
war, so
you're now paying taxes.
What I was thinking.
Tara would be
magic
just,
taxes.
she'd find a nice house. That's my house now.
Good. They need good fighters.
You want to fight me over it? Let's fight.
I figure it would keep her close in case she needs to come back or wants to work for us for some reason.
Daryl explodes again.
I mean, she'll just be a local adventurer.
Exactly.
Don't worry. We lost the population of the town. We're gonna bring back one traumatized NPC at a time.
It's always the traumatized NPCs.
We don't really have to go to Tania though, because didn't I already call her and say to meet us at the halfway point? So, and I'm sure she has a way off of Tania. Maybe. I don't know if they're
I don't
blockading
even know who you're talking about at this point.
the vampiric bitch that I called up.
Oh.
I don't know. There's like 7 directions we could go in right now.
Pretty much.
I kind of want to just finish off Andariel's story so I can stop having to deal with it.
I just
Otherwise,
don't
it's
want to
gonna
deal
keep
with it.
causing problems.
I mean, yeah, fine.
And just
Works
think
for
of what
me.
we'll be able to loot from this guy's house.
Nothing.
And there's the other shoe.
I have already figured out that he spent everything in that last-ditch effort to try to get the vortex of primordial energy.
Damn. No loot.
Walk in. You live like this?
Damn, bitch, you live like this?
We get there, he's already dead.
Bro, you're a warlock. Where's your drip?
Dat Rat's just standing there hitting the gritty.
He would too. He'd be like, I did it.
Did I do good?
You were too slow.
Oh, since we have a few minutes, what do you guys think of Zunkiri threatening Mother?
Terror.
The same thing that Karen was doing. I was sitting back away from the situation and enjoying the show.
Concerned.
I was like, there's nothing I can really contribute to this other than more violence. So I'm just gonna sit back and relax.
I figured since it was a catch-22 of failure that got her into that spot, maybe a catch-22 of failure could get her out of that spot.
I also did very much get the vibes of the Earth Kingdom General threatening to kill Katara to force Aang into the Avatar state. I was like, this is not gonna end well.
Weaponized trauma to make go Super Saiyan. Yes.
Weaponized trauma in Dungeons and Dragons?
More likely than you'd think.
Groundbreaking.
Yep.
I mean, here's the thing. Zunkiri knew that beating the shit out of Draco wouldn't have actually helped in any way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Draco doesn't care. Draco would have been like, fuck yeah, fighting? I love fighting.
Draco doesn't feel, as far as I can tell, I think it's more like that it would not compute.
Yeah, that's why he was trying to frazz Draco out. Draco's like, oh, I have these objectives that I must accomplish. So Zunkir's like, okay, I'm going to put you in a situation where the only way to accomplish those things is to give me what I want.
That was almost exactly how Katira was at the very, very beginning, before she got anything bad. Which is why Katira was like, oh, I know this bitch. That was me!
It was me, Barry.
I mean, the difference was your emotional side was not willingly.
No, it was. I gave it up. I knew what I was doing.
No.
You were gaslit to it.
Your combined forces gave it up.
Yes, it was the inverse. Well, so, and the way I phrased it, and the way Katira kind of sees it, is the heart is a Daran. Because Katira didn't exist until she gave away the heart. And that was when the will, Katira, was created.
Yeah.
Which is what remained.
But the problem wasn't the heart was refusing to come out.
Y'all chatting about the decision of Cardiaki and them?
Yeah.
No, mostly what people thought about Zunkiri trying to force Trico into a catch-22.
I love that we're just calling her Trico now.
It's Fergus's thing to mispronounce everything.
I just love it because it's a Pokemon and I love it.
I know, I posted in chat earlier.
I'm doing it because Zunkiri is specifically mispronouncing it. He's doing that on purpose.
Eric.
Bad girl, Penny.
You heard of Karn the Betrayer?
Ma'am.
Did she shit?
Girl. No, she just peed in the carpet again.
Father, I am displeased with your actions. Piss.
Well, I just took her out.
Welcome to having a puppy.
Is she piddle?
She is under a year old, but like.
What you need
Bro,
is
that is a literal baby.
Yeah, what you need is one of those little gated off. Well, yeah, pads, but one of those little gated off, like stand up cages. You know what I'm talking about? The pens.
It's called a kennel.
She has a kennel.
No, not like a kennel, like a carrier. I mean, like one of those like stand up little wall things.
She has one.
Okay.
But yeah, I just wanted to be clear. What Zunkiri did there was entirely up to Shane and Connor.
One fear.
Yeah, a little insight on my end. Melfight was absolutely like, he was looking at you making a threat, and he's like, I absolutely believe Zonkiri will follow through with this.
Yeah, that's why the threat works.
Yeah, I also don't believe I can stop him, really.
He was about to do a get down, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Imagine it addressed to tank a disintegrate.
He was really thinking hard. He's like, how the fuck do I do this? My big supporter is currently losing her mind in a Pokeball. Everybody else is kind of tangentially liking me.
What is Melfight's stats based off of again?
Or Nightwalker.
Nightwalker. You have essentially a Nightwalker, like trying to second guess.
Yeah. And he's just staring like,
I'm both a narrative and a emotional carrying state away because one, he wasn't going to try and one up Zankiri because we're nearing the finish line of Karen's efforts on that front, and second of all, there's a strong chance is somehow he would catch a stray just getting involved. So he's like, no, I've had my time to shine. I'm gonna sit back here and get fucked.
But the Grow Mommy was ahead of you. How could you get? Anyway.
Wow.
It was me, Bear. Oh Jesus.
Oh, I get it. By going in reverse, you're that much closer to Indariel's mom. I get it.
Wow.
6 of one, half dozen of the other. Pick one of their moms.
Why stop at one?
That's the spirit.
¿Por qué no las mom?
Mama? So, is everybody back?
Shane.
Yeah.
Tristan.
Shane said we could start with Adam, so.
Tristan.
Sylvarnus.
Sylvanus.
Arthur Silverlake.
Oh.
Sorry.
Uranus.
So we pick up as you all have arrived at the fort and are unpacking your travel gear and...
Oh no, the first place we go is the Abyss.
Pardon?
So the first place we go is the Abyss.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta drop off the passengers.
Okay. You mean just... Alright, you board the Asmodean and you navigate to the Abyss.
So, who wants to pay extra to go somewhere else?
I have. While you think on that, I have to ask: are you going to make the people we got off the Nautiloid pay for passage?
No.
They are get Yankee. They.
Hmm?
Oh no, the
No.
people. Never mind. I was thinking of the.
Excuse me?
What?
people.
You think he'd let them live?
I think he's pausing me
Alright.
saying the people part.
Because if you were,
They are
I was
not
gonna
people,
pay.
apparently.
He's looking for time, not for money.
No,
I can find vampires.
Zankiri wouldn't be asking them for pay. Believe it or not, actually getting to fuck over a bunch of illithids by freeing them is payment enough, as far as he's concerned on that front.
Ballin'. Sorry.
So
Go
the
ahead.
Astral Sea people will look at you and go, yeah, I think we'll spring for the survivable plane package.
Alrighty then.
Good decision.
And then we'll go back to the
Straight to Atadian. Here you go!
Leota. I can remember the name, she just gotta give me a minute.
Yeah. It would have been incredibly in character to go to Super Cancerville, though, and kick them off. I'm like, alright, it's not the Abyss. Bonk. Wait, no! Too late, I've already got all I want. Bye. Answering the age-old question, why do people go here? They get dumped by Zankiri.
It's his dumping grounds. But yeah, Zankiri takes quote-unquote payment and dumps all the passengers off in a reasonable explanation for the plot.
Yeah. So,
Era is apparently dropped off at Coldwell Bankers. What's the name of the place? Moonwatch? And commandeers a house for her own.
there's a booming market for mercenaries in Moonwatch, so
Yeah, she's got a job.
straight to the front lines with you, and we'll even give you a house if you live. Alright.
Oh, I already got one.
Alright.
Too late.
I'll take the second one though.
Like, imagine an army recruiter coming up to Terra and just going, what do I have to give you for you to sign?
Points at the governess's house. That house.
I can't do that house.
The land surrounding it.
How about I just give you some land and make you a lady?
No, fuck no.
Who doesn't want to be a noble?
Me.
Fuck. How about if I give you a cool sword, huh?
Cooler than this one?
You just produce your +2?
Yep.
Yeah, much cooler.
Alright, sounds good.
Cool. Sign on the dotted line.
Dirt farmer.
Cool. You'll get your... Fucking... He takes out a piece of paper and signs it. Here's a voucher for 1 free archaeomancy weapon of your choice. Go see a craftsman. They'll have it they'll start a commission for you.
Cool. Waits until it's out of earshot. The fuck is archaeomancy?
As the camera pulls away, as Terra slowly learns.
Hold on. It's a coupon for a paid-for archaeomancy weapon from an archaeomancy craftsman, yeah?
Yeah.
Specify who that craftsman has to be?
No.
Or is she just willing to pay for it?
There's like... They have like in-network like blacksmiths for the wharf effort.
In-network.
That's who it's issued to. Someone who this guy has authority over.
Ah, I see. I was about to say, take that blank check to Zankiri and have her pay it.
It's gonna cost you 1 moon watch for this sword. So. You arrive at Fort Nix as I move the map. So, party. What would you like to do?
Let's see here. The only person I know of with the scry spell would be Cairn, right?
I think he knows Zankiri has it.
Zankiri has it? Okay, she'd much rather go to Zankiri for this.
Yes.
Zinkiri,
I'm
I
busy.
need
Go away.
you to do me a favor. You're gonna talk right through it. So the person that Morgana's mom pointed me to, I actually don't know where they are. And I'm hoping if I can give you a decent enough description of them, you could try to scry on them.
Possibly. Be rather difficult without some connection to them.
Yeah, I don't have anything of hers anymore. I can give you her name and what she looks like. And personality traits, I suppose.
Alright.
Alrighty. Her name is Calla Lily. She is a thief, or was a thief. I don't know if she still is. She lives in Blackmere, and she will describe. Let me find the picture. Where the fuck are you? This person. Ta-da!
So Zonkiri, you casting Scry?
Sorry, what?
Are you casting Scry on her?
Yeah.
I have to ask, because it seems like Zonkiri would go, can't find her, and just go on his project.
I can tell when you cast magic. Sometimes.
Not always.
Sometimes.
Fine, but I'm going to need something for it.
I don't have a lot of time on my hands.
Not your time, I need.
Oh, okay. What do you need?
Need your toe.
What?
I need your toe.
Or
Something.
I'm kind of attached to all of my toes. And they're kind of attached to me.
Well, that's what this is for. And Zonkiri hands her a butcher's knife and goes back to what he was doing.
The fuck?
You could have just said no. Puts the butcher knife down and walks out.
Oh no, I'm being serious. This is quite a good opportunity.
Huh?
What are you doing?
Building us new bodies. In case something happens.
Huh?
Looks down at her feet, looks at him,
Be a
looks
finger.
down at her feet. I'll have to pass on voluntarily losing a piece of my body. But if I involuntarily lose a piece of my body, I will give it to you.
You really ought to do it voluntarily. It takes a long time for these things to work. By the time you involuntarily lose one, it might be too late.
I mean, how much of my toe are we talking?
1 cubic inch, so about a toe.
So about a toe.
I mean,
I could also just rip it out of your liver, but just figure you got more toes than you have livers.
You know, Andara, you do have a little bit you might have enough arm nub to count.
What the fuck?
let me roll something here. Okay. No, unfortunately, medicine is a wisdom check. Fuck.
Ain't that a bitch?
Because livers are one of the few organs that actually regrows if pieces of it are removed.
That's why you can donate a lobe.
Let's go. Natural 20!
Nope, Morgana used it
Nope.
up earlier. So, and Daryl.
And Daryl early with the history check.
You can't use hair?
Nope, has to be flesh.
Fleshy, flesh, flesh, flesh.
Yep. We could always flay off a cubic inch of your skin. It just, cover a couple of feet.
She will, because I'm sure Zankiri has an operating table in his room somewhere.
What do you think you all talking over?
She will kind of stretch out her back, loosen up her dress a little bit, expose her back, and go, "All right, do it quick, please."
Quick!
You want some anesthetics?
Anna, what?
Painkillers. Stop the pain.
Yes, that sounds wonderful.
She brought some then.
Oh!
Jesus!
That much of a ride or die, like hateful creature that you wouldn't even ask.
Nope, he does not say.
Yeah. You all hear Andariel scream as her back is suddenly flayed.
If there is anyone in the hallway other than Morgana, I yank them out of the way.
It's Zankiri's door, of course. Of course, it's soundproof.
So for a moment, Morgana's hitting the fucking A train down the hall at the scream, and Katira, with a faster move speed, is just like moving people aside so they don't get, the A train treatment. And you all arrive at the door to see Daryl there with her exposed, bleeding back.
Okay, which of the spells that can regrow the skin on my back?
Regenerate.
It's skin. Cure wounds will do skin. Shut
up. Go ahead and limited wish that shit.
Regenerates 7th level.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Are you telling me Cure Wounds doesn't do skin, Connor?
Well, limited wish, I believe it does it at the level of the spell, so it would be a 1st level cure wounds.
No, she can use cure wounds herself.
Right.
Because of
but it's still like
the wing one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very low level. Oh no, wouldn't it be level 5 for me to cast it?
You could.
Since all my spells pop out at 5?
You could. You'll have one use at 5, and then you could spend spell slots to. Like you'll have one use at 1st level, and then you could spend spell slots to cast it at 5th.
I will use a spell slot to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay, roll me a spellcasting check.
Check, not save.
Okay. You have a minor scar. In that it doesn't like bowl up, it doesn't ache. It just you have this cosmetic.
It's not
scar.
tight. Yeah. It's just there's a visible difference. She has a weird birthmark now.
Yeah.
That is rectangular in shape and goes down her back.
And you all see Zankiri probably folding her back skin like a sociopath.
I'm not watching.
He's rolling it up like a scroll as he turns and looks at everybody who came running to the door. All right, who's next?
Zankiri with a sushi roller.
Hey, what the fuck?
Didn't even bother.
Making replacement bodies.
Why?
In case something happens to us.
How are we gonna
She's gonna get a
into
wild thought in her head, and she's gonna look at him. Will I have 2 arms in that body?
Yeah. I mean, I could cut it off prematurely if you wanted.
No. I can turn this into a piece of armor or jewelry.
You cunt!
You know, maybe I should ask the
I
question.
offered to regrow your god. No, shut up. I offered to regrow your goddamn arm.
Kieran using aggressive.
I mean, while we're at it, would you like to be younger?
No.
You know, I'm not entirely sure I want to ask the question. I don't think I'm going to. I'm better off not knowing.
So, Katir, toe or back skin?
Fine
Is there another option?
Finger?
No, I need those.
Internal organ. Could have I just played with 1 cubic inch of blood?
No, flesh.
Flesh. Yes, flesh.
The flesh is weak.
We could just rip a chunk out of your stomach.
I also need that.
I don't mean the organ, I mean the tubby part.
He said, "I'll
You
give you a
think there's
tummy
any
tuck."
tubby part on her?
Well, see, that's why
I
he's
just kind of
That's why he
gesture
paused.
to my flat abs.
yeah, that's why he
Like-
paused because he's like, wait a second, there's not much there to take.
Yeah, I was like, there's the little pooch that females have for the reproductive organs, but there's not a lot of flab.
God damn it! Why am I so fit? Karen, you have abundant stomach for him to take.
I haven't even come down the hallway. Karen's still in his room, blissfully unaware he is about to be taken to the slaughterhouse.
So, Karen, you heard a blood-curdling scream from Andariel, and you just turned the page.
I can tell which side of the fucking building it's coming from. Two, I've ran toward these people, healing them a couple times. I think I can tell if it's Andariel.
If her ghost starts haunting me, then we have a problem.
Thundering metallic.
I can exercise it. I can exercise her ghost. And
I mean, I'm open to suggestions.
barring Zinkiri, I am quite the bane to undead. I'm not afraid of a ghost, bitch.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
A ghost and a bitch.
Ooh, I can take one of your ears. They're pointy.
No. No. No.
Karen has the regeneration spell.
Oh, now you remember that. I will die on this hill. Fuck yourself.
If this was an in-person game, Pyro would have leaped over the table to tackle Norvin at this point. And I don't mean walk around the table and tackle him. I mean like sitting across from each other, spring forward.
Left 4 Dead Hunter PhD.
Ah! What do you mean?
I mean, whatever I say, Karen could just regrow for you. Heal you up.
Mm-hmm.
How
The doctor.
conscious do I have to be for this?
Have to? Not.
Yes, those are the words I used. If I don't have to be conscious for it, I would prefer not to be. This feels less like an elective procedure.
I mean, you don't have to be conscious for it. I'd like you to be conscious for it.
Why?
So it would hurt you. And you're my friend.
What conversation am I fucking having today?
What was Zakiri?
I don't think Zankari has enjoyed a conversation as much as telling all his friends that they need to mutilate themselves for him. And them all going, fuck, can I bargain for which one? He's like, sure. But there's no good option.
Let me get back to you on that. I'm gonna go get Karen.
Alright.
I'm just minding my own business, reading a fun book.
I'm gonna need you to prepare yourself mentally for the rest of the day because it's about to be a very long day.
And in that time, she goes to get him like she'll scry for Andariel.
Amazing. Yeah, they rolled a 3. Even with the like +5 to their save for secondhand knowledge, did nothing. You see them at a military camp, wearing the colors of Blackmere.
Oh, they've been
the
drafted.
colors of of Freywick. They are stationed
Yeah.
outside of Blackmere.
Oh, we're about to enter the war officially.
Yes, they've been drafted,
Officially.
or they signed up. You just know that they are.
There.
Either way, you're being saved. Do not resist.
Good news, I found them.
I've returned.
Welcome back.
Everybody's mutilating themselves for Zonkiri.
Huh?
He ripped a big fucking thing of flesh off of Vandariel's back. And Mogana came charging down the hallway at the sound of her scream, naturally.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm messaging you, Shane.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You're having the appropriate response
The wizard
that all
is
of us.
collecting flesh from his party.
He's
He's
I
throwing
see that.
backup bodies, apparently.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
And here's this part.
You chose to be flayed?
Better than losing a piece of my body.
A finger or a toe!
Like a toe.
You already have like
Aaron has
missing arm.
regeneration for free!
Finally, someone else remembers it! Oh, yeah.
Oh
Fuck
my
me, though.
god!
If you recall, Shane, I think
I
I saw it like
Pyro getting up and walking around his room.
I've offered to regrow that arm. She said no, and now we're here.
Pyro's about to let out the vindication.
Anyway, Katira went to get Karen, so I'm just minding my own business.
Karen, you arrive after.
Andy's going to get Karen at this point.
Karen.
Pyro would stop being a whiny little bitch.
Now she's weak.
Leaving at this moment.
I'll regrow your arm backwards. You'll be like a Rakshasa.
What was that, Silver?
No, I see what's going on and I'm like, I sigh and just walk to my room.
No.
People are fucking crazy.
Homer disappearing into the hedge.
I'm sure Zankari had a great time flaying Endario.
Yeah.
He did.
The
I asked
said,
if I had to be conscious for it, and he said no, but I would prefer you to. I said, why? And Zankiri said,
because it would hurt you. You're my friend.
That also makes sense.
Still just as fucked up.
Liv's dead this session. She's gonna hit with one after the other.
I just want to point out.
And Daryl is looking for Karen.
Yeah, he's coming out of his room slowly.
Am I?
Hey, Karen.
You tell me. You all are at his door.
I answer the door, looking suspicious.
this is gonna be step
These
one
are
of the
people that
weird
don't
day.
usually visit me.
I remember a while ago you offered to do me something. I said no at the time because I didn't particularly trust you all the way.
This was
Things
like
have
3 weeks ago.
changed.
This was 3
It was
weeks
more-
ago.
Yeah, 3 weeks is a long time in an adventure world. And things have changed,
Mm-hmm.
and I apologize for being a bit of a bitch.
I think we've had this conversation.
Yes, we have.
In many lifetimes.
I imagine you enjoy hearing me saying sorry for being a bitch.
Not really.
Oh, then I take it back. You offered to regrow my arm for me.
I did.
Does the offer still stand?
Tomorrow. That's not prepared.
All right.
I didn't realize
Well,
that quick.
I need to get this set up to have an arm put in it. She holds up her prosthetic.
That's a Silver problem.
Yeah. Silver or Zankiri. I already got a favor from Zankiri, and the price for it was painful.
Literally,
I heard.
the skin off your back.
So, tomorrow.
Cool. I turned towards Kantira.
Do you need anything from me?
No. I would just do that. It's fine.
I also require a foot of flesh.
How much is your mother worth?
100 souls.
Do you want to visit Castorg right now? I could send you to Castorg right now.
Do you have banishment anymore?
Karen didn't say that, first of all. And second,
I know. Neither did she.
Do you actually have
second-
banishment anymore? Was that part of the staff?
No, I have banishment.
Yeah,
Oh.
she has it. She's
I
made
thought
that
it was part of the
abundantly
staff.
clear.
No.
I mean, yeah, I'll just be ready tomorrow, I guess.
Okay. If you need me, I'm going to be in my room playing with my demiplane.
Uh-huh.
What?
I
What
just,
does that mean?
I just blink past that. I just sidestep that entire sentence. Cool. Why are you here, Katira? You visit me less often than her.
So remember when I said that this you would need to prepare yourself for a very strange day that was probably going to be the entirety of the day.
No, I haven't come out of my room today.
I very much did say that, and remember
Say it to
what
yourself
Anaria
walking into my
said
room.
about the Zonkiri getting favor thing. It's all involved. Apparently Zonkiri is making us backup bodies, and he needs flesh from all of us.
I just lean back.
Karen, you have...
It's very fucked up and very strange. And apparently if we want anesthetics, we have to bring our own.
Karen, you have
Are you looking for a handout?
I'm looking for help here.
And I open my door, and there's just an entire like pharmaceutical section of my room.
There's
honestly,
an entire
you might
Walgreens.
just want to go ahead and come to the lab because you're probably going to be there until he's done with the flesh collecting.
I think I can handle that myself. I've done a fair amount of amputations.
Yeah, Karen, you are having a horrible, like a horrifying, like deja vu of getting like blood taxes by vampires, and now you're like, oh, the necromancer.
Actually, it's less that, more on the lines of Karen's probably had to amputate infected necrotic limbs from many of the orcs.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, he just blinks at you.
I've never done this before, and I don't particularly know what will happen to my balance.
Is he just going to? Well, I guess I can regrow that tomorrow too. So, what are you giving him? Because you're not going to do something. You're not going to do something stupid like just give him like a slice of your flesh, because that's nothing but nerve endings. That's going to be the most painful option.
What is the best option?
Just give him a fucking finger.
I need those!
Oh, my fucking Illivian. Alright, here.
The monk kind of needs those!
He's not shaking your hand, it's just a pinky!
It's just literally any of your toes give you balance. You lose one finger for a day. Are you going to get into a fist fight before tomorrow?
I don't know what we do any day ever.
That is fair.
Literally,
You know, I have another type of anesthetic. It's called this, and I pick up a hammer. Do you want the Dr. Feelgood, or do you want to just take the fucking pills?
He wants me to be conscious. Listen, you're going to have to deal with this later today.
I look down the hallway, and it's like, what kind of unprofessional shit am I doing in here?
I just imagine Zonkiri sharpening his knife like he's a hibachi chef. Just I'm ready.
And
I told you it's better for you to just come down to the operation room.
Oh, for fuck's sake! And I pack up like a little med kit, and I walk down there.
You're gonna be here all day.
The angriest doctor.
I'm gonna walk with him.
You're on the right track, Connor, but you've got the wrong direction. He's dulling the knife.
Oh no!
You bastard!
Karen walks in. What the hell is happening in here?
Flaying.
Hey!
Because I want to do magic?
Just looks at you.
I offered to cut off her toes instead.
That's stupid. The flaying part. Why are you dulling your knife?
Make it hurt more.
That's stupid.
Have you know it's quite effective.
I turn back towards Kateri. Come with me.
All right.
and he just like gives the guy from B movie look like.
I'm just gonna kind of shrug.
No. You just need like a digit, right?
About a cubic inch of flesh.
That's fine. Come on. And we'll go back to Karen's study, and he has a much cleaner, almost like a dentist chair. Sit.
Reluctantly and slowly sits.
One, I take very good care of my knives, and I pull out a cleaver.
Will you knock me out for this?
Yes, that's... You've never been to a proper doctor, have you?
No, everything has been field medicine for about 500 years.
Karen just injects you. No, stop talking. You're going to make me. You're going to make me irrationally angry. I'm going to aggressive threat through the wall. And
Why would you be surprised about the field medicine? I was a soldier.
I can be not surprised and still disappointed and enraged.
Cam, would you like to make a medicine check to see, just to give her a quick once-over physical?
Sure. I'm just gonna look
Is this
at my
bitch
card.
healthy? The answer is no.
Karen's about to mandate the physicals for all team members.
17.
Okay.
What if it's not my body?
I don't care.
Liv, is there anything glaring he might notice about Katira's body that you want to point out? Anything that might cause him concern? If not, I have some things.
I feel like there would be lots of scars, just scarring in various ages, where some of it looks like there's a lot of it that looks like it's about 500 years old, and then it slowly tapers off in getting younger and more recent, where it's like, okay, this is when she was very new and green and now she got better and started scarring less.
Small point of interjection. Half of you is like baby smooth clean because we had to regenerate the entire half of you.
Well, then it's not that part.
that part's brand spanking new.
Then it would not be on that part.
Let's get that new elf smell.
I do good work.
And then there would probably also be like a weird line.
Yeah.
Where the regenerate was.
You know what? Sure. So, one, you are, once you are knocked out, you are strapped down to keep your body steady. And
naturally.
And Karen's just like, fucking, all right. And I'll just, just to be safe, I'm not gonna take the pinky case. It's not enough. I'll take the middle finger.
I was really hoping you were gonna say thumb.
I thought about it, but there's too many muscles in there.
You take her middle finger.
Yes.
Amazing. You sure you don't want her ring finger?
No, it's more symbolic if I take Liv's middle finger.
It really is. Also, I think it'll be very funny that the first part of Katira that grows is just flipping off Suntiri.
Exactly. When it gets regenerate, it slowly pops out.
Nice.
It's like Deadpool.
Alright.
Exactly.
Easy
so
enough.
you
just kind of place a chisel.
Do that. Stop the clotting. I probably practice blood archaeomancy. Just stop the bleeding. Like clots are right there.
Yeah. For fun, you've made a little like blood archaeomancy operating table to help basically make up the equivalent of our hospitals.
So convenient.
The blood won't pour off the table.
I'm instantly 3 times as better of a doctor. Hell yeah.
You can see the runes flash and their heart rate.
All right, so I wrap it up and I put it in a sterile box that I labeled Katira.
Oh Jesus!
All right, and I'll leave some numbing agents in there, and then you know what? Yeah, I'll reach in the cabinet, pull out some smelling salts, and I'll snap it under her
Wait!
nose.
Oh my god! I feel like I have to roll a D100 to see if I react poorly to the anesthetic, because I just remembered when I woke back up from fully with all of the emotions and everything after dying and getting regenerated, I had part of Adarin's body back, and Adarin's was a redhead.
I hope you punch me with your fucked up hand so it
roll
hurts.
D100.
59.
Yep. You do not have the redheadedness did not take over. The pain
Oh.
knowing is working.
Also, mind you, I did say she was strapped down.
Yeah, but
he does not trust his. He's got a lot of strays.
anesthesia.
Yeah, Kieran's got a lot of strays from He's not he's not ready to do that again.
Hey guys, guess what doesn't work on me?
Anesthesia doesn't work on you?
No.
So
he's dead. Ish.
I think he means IRL.
So much makes sense now. So many things.
He said nothing can put me down.
Fun fact: the first ever time I went to a dentist to get a tooth extracted, they tried to give me Novocaine, and I had such a bad reaction to it that I was convinced the doctor was trying to turn me into a zebra, and I punched his teeth out, or like one of his teeth out.
Well, he was in the right place.
I was like 8.
You know what?
The man was wearing suspiciously
I just want to know where your brain came up with turn you into a zebra.
I don't know.
The man was wearing a suspiciously striped cloak, you know, and you thought he might have been. Anyway.
Yeah. So, I wake up my patient.
Here you wake up, groggy.
Oh.
Groggy.
Your arm pulses like it's asleep, but it doesn't.
That
hurt.
bitch comes flying up. There's a smelling
Oh,
salts.
that's right. It's smelling salts.
Yeah, smelling salts fuck you up.
Yeah, you shoot upward, still restrained, and you're like twitching in the chair.
Yeah, and then I'll once the springiness has stopped, I then unlatch her. I don't know, I catch her fingers, and then I hand her a box.
Which hand was it?
182, Liv.
Lord.
You know what number that'll be.
1.
Power wanes.
It's because I called on it.
Yeah.
It spites me.
Yep.
It doesn't respond to threats.
You're regenerated half. Your left hand.
You took the new one? Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. No, I actually am. No, because then it will look new when you remake it. That's fair.
Yes. Yeah.
One new middle finger on an old hand.
Yeah.
It would be funny.
Yeah, it's almost like I know how to do my job, Katiro.
Jesus.
Spot on.
Yeah. Yeah. No notes. Perfect. Mwah.
Chef's,
All right.
Chef's kiss. Mwah.
Well,
I'm a chef.
Thank
I'm
you.
a doctor. I'm a lover.
thank you. You might want to consider making that offer to the rest of people before Zonkiri gets to them first.
It's up to them to approach me. I tried assigning myself to being people's doctors. They didn't take to it.
Fair enough. Respected. Thank you again for your service.
You may spread information as you will. My office is open.
Don't worry.
I have many questions.
And like the Canadians, I do have free healthcare.
Yeah, the euthanization option too, or
Depends if you piss me off. It's on the table for some people.
So, Morgana and Care, do you give him any flesh for a backup body, or?
I'm kind of I'm going to opt to not, because I am convinced I can do something funny with Archaeomancy.
Okay.
Down the line. For now, maybe not.
Okay.
It seems right up its alley.
Shane, Morgana.
yeah.
When this question gets posed to you, how does Morgana respond to the Zonkiri's making us new bodies? We need a lump of flesh.
Look at hands. Look at body. Just look at Zonkiri.
You do have a second flesh electrite.
Zonkiri starts like thinking about his spell. Open up. I'm sure I can pull something that'll work from inside of you.
Didn't at some point you got more fleshy, or did that go away?
That was during the other timeline when I had to use the flesh electrite to stabilize myself.
Yeah, that
Okay,
went away
didn't know
when
if that
she
went-
stopped
that left up.
you relying on it.
Got it. Didn't know if you were ready to be degloved.
What is Morgana's outside layer made of?
Ceramic, metal, artificial fiber for her hairs.
Okay, real doll.
I actually did give Shane a handout. I think it was before you were in the campaign, Fergus. There was like a breakdown of the
No.
materials.
He was there.
Oh, he was?
The first time we went to Aetherfort.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the trail to get there was when we got him.
Mm-hmm.
It should be in my loot tab. Yes.
Yep.
Composite material breakdown. You can probably just share that with everybody. Everyone see the little rhino on the scanner?
I do.
Everyone looking at her specs. Whore.
Clear. Yeah, this is what I threw out early in the campaign when she was like, "What am I made of?"
Oh, you are about 10% organic. It's probably
Where?
isn't that important. Grabs hold of something inside and starts pulling on it.
So if you look at it, there is like mycelial networks inside her that work like blood vessels. You are going to be ripping those out of her.
Jesus.
Because that's
You
like
might
the
wanna
only
get
biotic material she has.
You might want to get Karen in here for this.
Okay.
Well, once more, Karen just chilling it probably in that doctor's chair that
He's
Katira's
just cleaned
strapped
all his
into.
tools and put them down.
He's just chilling it. He's just chilling in it, reading a book again. Coming. I unlatched the door. Hello. Oh, I look up.
Morgana's standing there with all of her like plates opened up and everything. Zunkiri requested your presence.
I told you.
Do I look like a mechanic to you?
No.
I need you to regrab the organic bits of her when I pull them out.
Is your hand still in? Okay. I come down. I grab my portable bag. All right.
Katira, I'm also going to need you to come here for a minute too.
Fine.
You did give him your finger, right? That
Yes.
thing wasn't like that. That's just a sterilized box. It's not going to stop it from decomposing.
So, while Karen is keeping Morgana stable, while Sangiri is ripping out her circulatory system, Zankiri is going to be absentmindedly talking to Katira. Specifically, I'm having this done in front of Karen, which is why I wanted Katira here for this part of it. So, Katira.
Yes.
I already spoke to Andaria about this, and she turned it down, but this backup body of yours, how old do you want it to be? I know you're like, what, 500-600 years old?
About 502 at this point.
Well, I could turn back the clock, give you the body of your youthful exuberance again if you want.
It doesn't really feel that much different, if that makes sense. And
Yeah, we still increase your lifespan if you want. You really don't have any aches of old age.
not really, no.
Karen looks over in blatant jealousy. Motherfucking these goddamn motherfuckers.
I've been told it's something that is inherent to people in the Order at a certain time.
Oh. Interesting. Keep that in mind. How about you, Morgana? You want to be younger? Well, I don't think I can actually make you younger. I think you're already too young for me to turn back the clock on. That might just unmake you.
That would be unfavorable.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, still, always helps getting rid of the degradedness of getting older with this magic.
We're gonna offer it to Karen.
Oh,
right,
he's waiting to finish this process before he offers or before he asks for a piece from Karen.
So as you all are ripping this like mushroom network out of Morgana, her body's making like every kind of game over noise you could imagine.
Green fluid leaking out of her lips. Just...
I'm just pumping healing energy into her at this point. Just like, no, stop it. It's close enough to blood. Stop it.
So, Karen, you're not used to this fluid. Morgana, will you roll me a d20?
Yes, sir.
Who's in the chat, my boys?
Oh.
9.
Medicine.
9.
So,
Medicine.
yeah, go ahead and give me a medicine, Karen, to see how well you mitigate what is about to happen.
None of this.
Okay. So as you're like pulling it apart, if you recall, when those little drops of like birth nature fluid hit, they would like spontaneously like create plant life. As you're all like snipping, they're like
chia pet hands.
they're quickly like regenerating it, and it's like it starts to creep up your arms and like try and like nest on you as a like backbone for a new mushroom network. You're like You take them off, immediately put on some big like rubber gloves, and then help continue scooping.
Say it, Pyro. Use the catchphrase.
I won't.
None of that.
Thank you.
Why was I thinking of the lich scene from Adventure Time?
Oh God!
I just go fall and punch her in the face.
You are strong, child, but I am beyond strength. I am the end.
Blight.
God, that'd be a fun interaction. The lich from Adventure Time meeting Zonkiri.
Fun?
I just let off a blight in your gut.
It'll just be Zonkiri clapping, I think, like, well performed. Anyway.
That is so
As
proud.
Morgana has her circulatory system harvested.
I'm all up your nuts.
Wow. Zonkiri and Karen. Double teaming her, huh?
I'm dead.
She's just gonna turn towards Katira.
You know what they say, prima nocta.
Oh my God!
And now Liv's dead.
She's gonna turn towards Katira with the life fluid blood just dripping out of her mouth, and she's just gonna have a pained smile on her face. This hurts.
I can see that.
I'm trying to make it not hurt as much. I don't know why we're doing this way.
I'm just gonna kind of step up and wipe away the blood from her mouth.
Now hurry before Endara walks out again. I'm on the mood for her to throw a bitch fit.
Huh?
Oh.
The life fluid, it touches you, you wipe it away with your hand, and then a flower starts blooming and rooting itself in your fingertips.
Ow.
Ow.
I just...
Yeah, that fresh wound you have to like...
yank a fucking flower out of it? Oh, God.
Anyone here ever played Advanced War Days of Ruin?
No.
No. I don't really play war games.
But as this is happening, Zonkiri's just standing there pulling more bits. And he goes, huh? Oh, no, I finished pulling out all I need about 2 minutes ago.
Why are you still pulling?
I want to see how much will regrow.
Stop that! I start like slapping his hand away. Go away, and Dario will
That
kill
is
me.
not
Stop.
informed consent.
She can't kill you, but she can certainly throw me somewhere. Stop that! No, and I fucking I close the plates myself. None of that.
She just looks down at you, Zonkiri. She's like, "Ow."
There's a spaghetti fork.
Twirling.
Zonkiri looks over at Katira and just goes, I'll have you know, I'm quite contently informed.
I can't believe I can't believe he got spaghetti from the Italian player's stomach.
No, he's harvested my lifeblood.
My legacy.
The juice ready.
If it's oil, it's that weird fucking ink spaghetti.
Fucking squid ink spaghetti.
Karen collects the sample and uses it as oil in the next cooking.
At last, I can invent Italian food.
Right. Karen, how about you? Want to be younger?
No, I'm good.
Who are you?
I've got my own ways to do that without getting fucking amputated. Remember,
sure it's painful.
I gently and ever so carefully reach into my tool bag and take out a cleaver that gently glows with divine light. I'm pretty sure.
It started so hardcore, and now we're here.
I'm quite sure. My professional opinion is my parts will remain attached until I deem I'm going to test some bullshit on myself.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
And then
Go ahead and try, Bone Boy. I've got Dawn now. Still in the holster. Anyway,
Silver, you're the only other person left. You said you went to your room. Do you ever reconsider your choice, or do you just stay fully uninvolved in whatever?
Barricade gun at the door.
Or does the Grove Mother's words echoing, "A decision will come to you. Be confident in your choice."
This is a confident choice for me. I'm actually working on several projects right now. I am going to talk to Zankiri about one of the projects later on, but right now I have to create that binding thing. I have that binding crystal, and I also have a secret project I'm working on.
Is it one I know of, or?
Actually, I forgot what the secret project was fully. That's why it's secret.
It was so secret you don't even know.
Top secret.
Imagine Silver's like in his room working on something, and someone walks in like, "Oh, Silver, what you working on?" I don't know.
No,
technically, one is robotic base. The other is an engine base, which is gonna be. I'm gonna ask Sankiri on this idea, but.
You want to do that now? Karen walked back to his room.
Oh, you guys are doing fleshy things. I'm not doing that.
Okay, well then I had.
I'm not doing that.
I didn't want to butt in on something in case you wanted to do something real quick. If you're good, then.
No, it broke.
Denied.
X.
I actually had a fleshy thing I wanted to bring up with Zankiri.
I don't swing that way.
What's gonna swing is his baseball bat. If you imply that again, I've laid a lot of milfs.
She said, "My gender may be evil, but my orientation is not you."
1, you're in a female body. 2, gross.
I mean, you did say MILF, and he just kind of gestures down.
So, so I'm proficient in battle axes and.
He is in a female body, and he does have a Gith egg that he's tending to. So I mean,
hopefully just.
I have to stop drinking water before someone says something funny.
You know what? It's probably safe. We're kind of going apeshit here. No, denied.
Spit out more water than she has drank it, I think.
So.
It's been rough for me today.
Yeah. I've come to the conclusion that orcs have some issues genetically that can be solved. That can be solved via the aid of some practices, and I'm saving on starting this project in its full. But when I get my hands on all of the governess's blood archaeomancy knowledge that she has stored. But my general plan is I would like to create a concoction in a similar vein as to be shared as lycanthropy, but without biting or spit. So I'm going to attempt to create something to imbibe some of the vitality of the bear and some other. I want to make better orcs, sir.
So you want a virulent, transferable genetic enhancer?
Not virulent, more or less. Because I'm going to give people a choice. I don't like forcing things on people. That's awful. So it's above board. It's going to be the Warcraft. We will never be slaves as I offer them not demon blood. I promise.
He's also asking for help to craft the, I'm assuming, the hunter's bane for the blood blood hunters.
Pretty much. This is eventually going to lead down to something along those lines, but this is just to. It's part of my aid plan when we go to Kester, because one, I was actually going to talk to Connor too about getting a bunch of bags of holding and food.
That is the definition of virulent. Just doesn't have to be airborne.
Okay, that I don't want. I want people to have an option to imbibe this. You know.
Yeah.
Yes, and you've been playing with Archaeomancy a lot more than I have, so I just wanted some other oversight on this, so I don't accidentally add a chemical X and make some not very Powerpuff Girls.
I mean, I've created plenty of biological weapons in my day. I'm sure I could make a beneficial one.
Cool.
There was one incident, though, last time.
With Dr. Mortis?
No, it was with a species known as the Klingoffs.
Oh, God.
We don't like to talk about it anymore.
You say cling off?
Yes.
Yep.
Legally distinct.
Oh, we can talk about
genophage?
Yes, you've heard of it. Wait, how have you heard of it?
Who are you?
I played Mass Effect.
Oh, no.
But yes, I think I could help you with something like that.
Much appreciated. Yeah. Otherwise, that's all I want to talk about. Just getting that ready, so... Yeah. And yeah, Connor, I do want to get a hold of several bags of holding and then as much food as I can as we go along.
Would you rather just get a item that is just producing food? Because we can talk about that.
I mean, sure. It was more or less if we had to keep traveling, I can give people multiple bags. Like over Castor. I don't know if it's all going to be one pinpoint or if we're moving place to place.
We can work on that. The easiest way to have it done is just to make a bunch of food and then have Andariel use Shadow Archaeomancy to shrink it all into a little crushable bead and just crush it and poof, food appears.
Council Corp, got it.
Yeah. And then it'll also be much cheaper than buying a bunch of bags of holding. And it will be a lot faster because they also have to be made.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would lean towards the Shadow Archaeomancy.
Yeah, I have to get Andariel. Yeah. I can do that. Yep.
If you go visit Andariel, there is an extra door in her bedroom.
I stare at it. I look behind it. My boomer brings.
It's on a wall. It's not.
Oh,
just
thank God! I thought I was being TARDIS. All right, I knock.
Door opens. Yeah. What's up?
Lordum.
Okay. Kind of busy.
When this is after a while, I just wanted to get the feelers out there.
What does he see behind you, Andariel, by the way?
Right now, it's a big stone room with multiple shadowy doorways.
Interesting. I don't. That's a nice dungeon you have there. But now that I've secured your aid, I'm
Not
gonna
a dungeon.
I don't believe you. I don't care. I'm leaving.
You're gonna be using this room often.
Would
you like a tour?
Karen runs.
Not again.
I don't like leather.
She just kind of mumbles to herself. It's a teleportation hub. There's doors to different places we need to go.
Oh.
That was the perfect cutoff point. Thank you.
Since we're about a half hour over when we normally stop, I think that's a great place to call it for tonight.
Damn it!
Was
I still needed to talk to Andariel!
I'm sorry.
You can talk to
I'm sorry.
You see Karen go running out of the room, and Daryl's standing behind a doorway that hasn't always been there.
I feel like that's when I'm walking up with Morgana, because I probably would have walked back with her after we both got our procedures done.
Hi. Would you like to see our teleportation hub? Jazz hands.
Yeah. Yes, I would.
Come on in.
Thank you. You're doing something special with your hands, so I feel as though yes is the correct answer.
I'm heavily overcompensating for the fact that I am super depressed.
Ah. Well, the conversation might not make it better, but I have had several pressing questions on my mind. Part of why I wanted Morgana here would kind of be like an emotional support counselor.
Okie dokie. She will climb into Morgana's arms.
I was in the middle of typing that she's gonna float. Like as you were saying this to her, she would float behind you and plant her chin on the top of your head.
Preparing for Titanfall.
Princess Carrie in Morgana's arms already.
Protocol 3. Check the pilot.
That's why she was depressed. She failed Protocol 3.
All right.
Do you remember what it was like to be under that thing's control?
Do I?
Menace.
Fergus, does the host remember being under control?
Hey, look at me. Look at me.
He said, I'm the captain.
Okay, Connor, ask Fergus for us, please.
I'm
sorry, man. I'm sorry.
That was a good one. My rage is held back by the God, the rage is overcoming. My words are gone. Fuck you. I tried.
Okay, DM. Do I remember? Oh God, I said that was this is like fucking Gaius saying Athian.
Go ahead, ask me something.
Do I remember being under the control of the worm?
Do you want to remember?
Sure. I think I was conscious for all of
I'm kidding.
2 minutes of it.
Yes, you recall. You recall the sensation of having your will dominated. It was similar to a charm, but it was all. It does feel kind of dream-like the time you were in there. You don't remember all the moments, but you really. God damn it!
You remember this moment?
Do I remember being taken and it being inserted?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I remember it.
I'm sorry to pry about this, but were you still in there? Was it you?
I was still in there, but I was not in control. I was kind of inside watching my body get puppeted by the creature.
You could see it, you knew what was happening, but you couldn't fight it.
Correct.
I see.
I was the blows.
Don't worry, I'm right there with you. We can be stupid together.
Why? It's astonishing that these two ever got together.
That's the thing. Yeah, your wisdoms are so low. Neither of you picked up on it. It's kind of funny that Katira.
I mean, it's fitting that Morgana is the one that initiated, considering her insight is higher than mine.
It is also kind of funny that I think the idea probably got positioned out when Katira was like, "Hey, we could triple it up," and you two were like, "What? Oh no, we're not a duo, but like we're not interested in a duo, right? Oh, okay. Well, thanks for giving us the idea of a relationship, but not with you, Katira. Bye." Ha! She's like, okay.
Okay. That was also when I thought my wife was big dead, so.
I'm glad I don't have sadness back yet.
Yeah.
Is there a particular reason you're asking?
Well, I
know to some extent that Rayanna is still in there somewhere. And if we are...
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but Mind Flayer Worm and Astray are like not the same.
I'm aware, but it is the closest analog I have. It could function similarly. I don't know. But no one really does.
Very true.
I mainly needed to know if there was some sort of... If you were completely unable to fight, then it's not a tactic I will attempt.
No, no. There was nothing I could do. I mean, if the Yankee couldn't fight it, and I'm pretty sure their mental will is stronger than mine.
Well, sometimes fighting can happen. Fighting
ask,
doesn't necessarily mean victory.
Yes, but you could also ask, the resident Gith. He probably knows a hell of a lot more about this than I do.
He's also the resident possessor.
Yeah. I mean...
Technically being possessed, she's closer to the tadpoling.
I mean, technically, if you wanted to ask about who's the closest to it, you should ask Cairn. He's the one who underwent a mood-altering transformation with his lycanthropy.
That's the closest, yeah, but still.
I mean, yes, I was...
Yeah, fuck Cairn.
Changed, but... I was conscious for maybe 5 minutes. Through it all. They put me in the pod, and that was kind of, not really there. If you want to ask someone about being possessed, again, Zankiri, good choice. Differences in thought process. I mean, you could think about yourself with that one, with the way your emotions were suppressed. You could also talk to Cairn. He's a werebear.
I suppose, and I apologize for saying this, but yours was the only one that was involuntary. And I wondered, might be at all similar. Again, I apologize for bringing it up.
No, this isn't bugging me in the least. I do have a certain amount of curiosity about it myself. But right now, I am actually fairly annoyed with Zankiri. My back hurts.
Oh, yes.
I'll
just kind of hold up my new hand that is missing a finger but has a flower. Yeah. I'm apparently growing it back tomorrow, according to Karen, so...
I'm actually getting this back tomorrow. She holds up her arm.
Oh.
Karen offered a while ago, and I turned him down because I was being a snotty little bitch. But I'm trying to be better. I want to be better, and she kind of bonks her head against Morgana's shoulder, chest, whatever her head's resting against at the moment.
Yes.
For Morgana.
That is an admirable...
That scared the shit out of me, everything that just kind of happened, and kind of reevaluating some life choices I made along the way. And now I gotta go find someone I was hoping I'd never have to see again. Finding out she's with the enemy army doesn't really strike me as correct. But yeah. Not looking
Perhaps we
forward
can all
to the next
beat
few weeks.
Well, perhaps you'll get the opportunity to kick her ass.
I don't really want to.
Well, then perhaps we will get the opportunity to do it for you.
Sure.
Thank you for the tour and for your time. I appreciate it.
Yes. Anytime you want to ask me weird questions about times where I was possessed by a worm thingy, go ahead and come a knocking.
Hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Yep,
I agree.
It sucked.
By the way, were you just above board? Were you yeah? Were you conscious when you got pocket drugged? Did that affect you?
Get
Karen
drugged?
walks by.
The pocket
Karen walks by. But by the way, Zankuri like chucked a handful of drugs in your face. Are you good?
Oh,
remember
that.
It, but you don't remember like the explicit moment because a part of you does wonder. Maybe that's contributing to why you feel so bad. Maybe you were just having withdrawals.
Instant withdrawal.
Oh, what the hell was that he threw in my face?
Remember those drugs we took off that like guy who working for the vampires or something, the ghouls, in the Underdark. Those drugs. Those drugs. We yanked up the not Skaven.
Okay. She's going to take out her book.
It's probably warpstone dust, to be honestly.
She's going to scribble some words in it. And then, Zankuri, you're just going to get the modem fax noises stuck in your head for 25 words.
The dial-up internet.
Yeah.
Dial-up ass sending.
Zankiri realizing that he's opened himself up to a form of annoyance. Just
slams the book closed. All right.
Cool.
Zankiri replies back.
Yes, he can. What's he say back?
I'm waiting. There's going to be a banger.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, I'm just going to remove my earphones just in case they get astray.
Slightly turn up the watch together because I have a feeling.
What would be the best thing to respond with? We've been trying to reach you about your cot's extended warranty.
There it is.
Now, you also got to remember that Andariel actually really enjoys dad humor.
Oh god, you're an accountant.
So she is going to start to chuckle.
the worst thing Zankiri could have done, a good act. You see the car's extended warranty line appear in your book. Truly cementing that you have a one-way torture device if you wish, because it will beam it to his head and you can just not read his response. Because it does specify in the ability, I believe. Whatever you write goes to their head, and whatever they respond appears as writing.
In before tomorrow. You just got sending. The fitness grab pacer test is it?
Well, and Katira will thank them again and will leave and go back to her room and just kind of sit on her bed and hear over and over in her head, I was only conscious for 5 minutes and it sucked. And just kind of keep...
Oh, she is reading that into wrong because...
Oop, my bad. It sucked because a worm crawled into her fucking eye.
Well,
the experience was also unpleasant.
Yeah,
yes.
Brianna also kind of, died. But she's thinking about if it was like that for her in 5 minutes. And Brianna's been like this for 500 years. And so she kind of just stews on that.
And that's where we'll pick up next time.